Hey, Marco, you ready for the totally awesome, coolest show ever?
Oh, yeah. Baltimore just got a lot more interesting, brother. So we got some interesting news. Two things of point. Maybe unconfirmed, confirmed, but unconfirmed. Maybe somebody talked to somebody whose initials might be MN. And they said they were asked about grading in Baltimore, and I can neither confirm or deny, but they may have said we'll talk about it in Baltimore.
It's
Do you know who
thing.
MN
You're
is?
gonna be there.
Do you know who MN is?
I know
Runs
the two MNs that I can think of.
certain grading company, certain on-site grading company.
Well,
Talk about
right.
on-site grading company. That was the question I was asked. If you could do on-site grading.
Also in Baltimore, there could be that one. Or there could be
Oh yeah, there's another one. So the two MNs, apparently they're just, it's in the details at this point. For the two MNs. So if I were you, I would book I mean, pretty good shot. If you got it, if you're talking, if the MNs are talking, you know what I mean?
I mean, the MNs would have to talk to make that happen.
So I'm telling you that the MNs are, I'm telling unofficially, the MNs are talking about logistics of on-site grading, because apparently it went decently well in
Heroes.
Yeah, it was. If we could figure out the kinks here in Heroes, we got pretty good shot being in Baltimore. And they screwed up. They forgot the custom labels. There's a couple of other little small tiny issues, but most of it sounded like just the regular stuff that happens in all. Like, I had to ask somebody was complaining about it, and I said, have you ever graded on site before? And they're like, well, C2 E2. I said, no. Have you ever graded on like any other on site before? And they're like, no. I was like, this happens every on site. Like, this is what on site is. I was like, at least they finally got rid of the paper, dude. They used to leave your stack of books with your cash on top of it and walk the heck away and just leave it there in the open. So, I mean,
honor system.
There was one year they had told us, right before they said, like, you can't have it, like, they were complaining about the bagging and boring stuff. People just threw the stuff all over the floor, just pulled the books out. It was crazy. It was wild. But yeah, no, it's usually a cluster crap. So just forgetting custom labels and oh, wait, they didn't ping you when your books are done? Yeah, you got to go up there and ask every 3 hours anyways. This isn't C2 E2, man. They don't give you your whole room. Like, this is freaking Heroes Con, dude. So it looks like it's going. I mean, I didn't hear the end grade. I heard the end grade card. And from what the end grade card sounded like, it sure did sound like there's going to have to be a lot of things to go wrong for it not to happen. Is all I'm saying.
Interesting.
Just saying.
Interesting.
And also, Pete's got some news.
What? Oh, about Baltimore?
About Baltimore.
Well, regardless of if that pans out or not, I can tell you that someone else is going to be there. Yeah, not just wandering around aimlessly and have to spot us. We'll have a spot. We'll have a table for you guys to come and see us.
So make sure you book your tickets now. Come out, see us, have some stuff. We might have some goodies. We'll see.
Come say hello. We'll have a few of the boys out, and we're gonna do some fun stuff. Like, this ain't about. I don't know. I
don't think we're gonna be hawking anything. I don't believe we're gonna be selling anything.
Yeah,
I think we're just gonna have some fun time.
I'm just gonna be giving a whole bunch of crap away. So like free stuff.
We can definitely work something out for that, Pete. We'll have to.
Yeah. I know we're gonna do a more formal announcement, but
yeah, we'll give a more formal announcement.
Talking about it before the show, and we decided, you know what,
that's why we were running late. We were figuring out some logistics.
I got the confirmation that we got the table, and we're all.
And I said, this sounds exactly like the news I heard from CGC doing on-site grade. We're at the about same level that they are right now. We got the spot. We're just trying to figure out the logistics. So
exactly what's going to happen.
GTK Comics, hey, thumbs up. I don't actually know if they're going to be able to get the logistics, to be honest with you, this year, because it's pretty set already. The one MN pretty much seemed like it was set. Like, not having
enough lineup spot. Too. I know,
but you never know.
He's going to be there.
Who?
Jim Lee.
Then again, dude, I don't think they're not having Diamond Summit, so you could always just throw it in that room. Shake and bake, baby.
That is true.
Cheers. I mean, not that I'm trying to run somebody's show for him. Who's talking? Who's taking the blame for being late tonight? It's kind of all of us, to be honest.
Yeah, it's kind of all of us, Ed.
There you go. Thank you, AOA. 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 Thank you, AOA.
Yeah. Yep. Make sure you go check out the new channel.
There you go. Yep.
At AOA.
Thank you, AOA.
Tier. AOA Rockstar. Hello, everyone.
Absolutely.
Hello, Ryan. I got to see Ryan today. It was good to see him. I got some interesting things today. I'm about to post something else. Today, I will tell you, every day is a great day to be Marco, but today was especially a great day to be Marco. Wave, hi. BK, Marco ran from me on Saturday. Let's see if he does it again. Sunday. I'm sorry. What were you saying? I was just taking a break because I got this stalker. I don't know if you guys have seen this stalker before. Oops, I just changed brands.
You did. Well, you might have to.
I don't know if you guys have seen the stalker before, but I have this stalker, so I had to file a police restraining order against this one. Where is it? Where's the guy?
It's right there.
Where? Oh yeah, there he is, right there. See the guy in the background? That guy. I had to file a restraining order against him. Just such a weirdo, dude. He should stay out of there. Oh my god, look at those glasses. Damn, man. All right. Good to see you though, BK. And make sure you stay at least 200 feet away. Jeffrey, what's up, guys? Just got out of the shop with 2 weeks worth of books. Nice. They held one of those Del Auto. Ooh, if any dimes for me, I'd love my shop too for that, Jeffrey. That thing is sweet, man. Right.
I do like that duck book.
Blue Collar Dan. Good evening. Blue Collar Dan. Good evening. Yeah. Everybody knows it's lies, AOA. What's up, gents? What's up? I'm not saying what the guy's name is. I'm not saying what his name is. See, Dub dipped out. Dub's like, I ain't getting in trouble for leaking stuff. What is this nonsense?
I don't know, nothing.
Please. Good job. Shout out to the boys. Good job on the show. Heard you did a great job.
On Sunday? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I checked it out.
Shout out to Twitter, I guess, because the Tuesday late night show, Twitter loves it. Apparently Twitter loves that.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, somebody went on to go check it out. 52 live, I guess, on that. You know, I don't know. Bar Lord.
I don't think I have 52 following the account.
Oh yeah, I'm like, why is there?
It makes sense though.
Why is there 100 people watching this and they watch it on the Twitter?
On the Twitter. Because the Twitter is what's happening in the moment right now.
But then I got reprimanded that we need to. I got a talking to that I'm a boomer, which I'm not. But like, hey, so what you're supposed to do is direct them to your, and this is how you're supposed to direct them to the YouTube channel. And I said, okay, well, I'll try not to remember that. Oh yeah, I mean, kind of. We're gonna be an artist alley. Let's relax. I mean, we're not.
You guys also should think about just doing some spoilers too.
Hey, we should. That's what everybody says, but I don't know, man. People have given us a lot of.
By the time you hold it for Sunday, everybody's already burnt out on all the Easter eggs and all the other crap. I'm not saying you got to do a full in-depth thing. I'm just saying you can give your honest reactions to everything.
No, but I think Wayseeker would be upset with that. He's already disappointed. I don't know if you guys noticed, but somebody. I was driving down the street this week for those people who are Star Wars fans, and just accidentally a whole case of the new non-release yet Star Wars Unlimited Galaxy series fell out, and I tried to find them. I tried to trace the truck down. They said, "Leave us alone. You just keep it." So I got a whole case of that. Might be opening some of those soon. Yeah. I mean, what do you want me to tell you? What do you want me to tell you? I mean, some days that's your that's just your day. Some days.
What do you need 6 boxes for?
It was the whole case just fell
more than once.
I was like, "Do you need?" They said, "Well, no, we got more cases. Don't worry about it, dude. You're good. You're good to go." So I got a case of that today. What are you gonna do? Anyways, good to see everybody. Cool. Did I say hi to the Canadian survivalist? What is this? He's just saying peace. No, but here's what it is. So Wayseeker's already mad because I said we're gonna open some of those packs maybe like today or whenever, and he's like, "You gotta wait till Sunday." It's like, I get that you're excited about stuff. So then, he already doesn't want us to spoil the stuff that's going on. Plus, we've gotten a great feedback. Thank you for all the feedback. A lot of the people saying, hey, look, we don't care that you're not always not everything's roses when you guys. We just appreciate you giving honest opinion because there's a lot of people trying to jump on just bullshit trains where it's either way too positive or way too negative. And I'll be honest, appreciate the feedback from you. Appreciate it. Anything that makes BK pissed off is good for me. BK, do you need me to write your mom a note to see if you can leave the house to come to Baltimore too?
Come down to Baltimore. Come visit.
Yeah. We'll see. Yeah. What is talking shit now? 20 informer.
What are you looking for?
I don't know. BK's saying some nonsense. Dude, every day's a great day to be. Yeah. Every day that ends with a Y is for sure. Also, days that start with T. Tuesday, Thursday, tomorrow, today. Damn. Just saying. It ain't bad. It's kind of nice. All right, let's get into the news, though. Oh, we're going to have a shorter show, too, by the way. Don't worry, it's about BSing. We're going to reformat the show over the next couple of weeks. Might be a little bit shorter than we're used to doing. We're going to tailor down some of our programs. We're going to release something next week, too. Shit, we didn't even talk about how we're going to do that. We have this new seg that we're going to do. We might reduce the amount of times we do tier list just because tier list is getting a little bit too long into the tooth there. So might take a little break from tier list for a little bit, and we might do a couple of things.
I got a whole nother channel I got to work on now. Hey, I know. Stretching my time pretty thin, but we do what we can do. And
I did order another one. I ordered another one of these PGXs just the other day, as a matter of fact. Thank you for noticing. Just
big time. That's right. We're hitting big time.
Yeah. That's what I said. It's just an artist table, not a big time.
Yeah, it's just an artist table. Still.
Anyways, so let's get into it. News, please.
News. All right, let me run the thing and let's get right into it. What do we got today?
What are we talking about? We have some news stories. We're gonna start off. It's a little sad. So WWE Legends Sika Anoa'i, father of Roman Reigns, one half of the legendary tag team Wild Samoans, passed away this week. He was 79 years old. He was tag team champion at least 3 different times with his brother Arthur Afa Anoa'i, and he is in the Hall of Fame as of him and his brother both since 2007.
They were also in that movie, right? Rock and Wrestling.
I'm not familiar with that movie. Rock and Wrestling. That was a TV show.
Rock and Wrestling. What's the one with Rowdy Piper where they hit the road and the band?
No, one of the relatives were in there. One of the Fatus, I think.
Well, it was 2 Fatus I thought were in there. Which 2 were it? I think it was this. I thought it was the Wild Samoans.
Were there? Well, I'm just thinking of the dude who was rolling with Roddy like throughout the thing. Like there's tons of other wrestlers in.
Who was the ones that Mr. Fuji was in charge of in that one?
That I don't remember.
It's
been a long time since I've seen.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Body Slam ain't available just on every streaming service out there. It's like trying to find the Last Dragon somewhere. Some of these movies are just kind of
you can't
lost
find
in time unless you got a DVD somewhere. You can go dig out an old VHS tape.
Oh,
But Body Slam, I can't remember. I just know one of the
it wasn't Rock and Wrestling's Body Slam. That's right.
His boy was related to I think one of the Fatus. Not sure. But
awesome Roman Reigns put out a statement today, as well as some of the other wrestlers as well. I know Jey Uso put out a statement, and it was nice to see some of that stuff. So this should put Roman Reigns' return push back a little bit, I would guess, whenever that's supposed to be. I don't know when it's supposed to be. Anyway,
I don't know if it was supposed to be anytime soon. Anyway,
yeah.
I know a lot of people are thinking Money in the Bank, but
yeah.
He was in it, by the way, just so you know. He was the one that I was thinking of, the 2 brothers.
Yeah.
They're the ones that flipped the car.
I just was 100%, so I don't want to.
Him and Alfie,
being sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
if it's Last Dragon you're talking about, then I can talk about.
Oh, it was Lou Alabama was their manager in it. That's what
Captain
Lou. Yeah, Captain Lou.
The rubber band in his face.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, Captain Lou.
Let's talk about some box office. Any guesses about what?
I know the answer, so I don't have to guess. I'll let Marco guess.
Of what?
Number 1 movie in America.
Somebody just told me they watched Garfield. I didn't even know that was in the theaters. Is it still? It's still that emotional movie about emotions.
Yep.
It is the emotional movie, and Garfield was number 1 about 3 weeks ago. Just FYI.
Yeah, Garfield It was right there. It was fighting. It was fighting with Fury Road. Remember, Garfield and Fury Road were right there.
Yeah.
Inside Out 2 continues to break records. It's the second week in the top spot. It has set the record. It just beat the Super Mario movie. And it's the 7th best opening weekend ever for an animated movie. And then it even beat Barbie from last year's second weekend of 93 million. So
I don't think it's fair. I think they should put out Mario 2 during a heat wave. Just wait for a heat wave.
I don't think it's just a heat wave. I think it's just, it's been slim pickings at the movies, and people do still like going occasionally.
It's time. I mean, I think it's a lot of timing, though. Like, people need to go to the movies because of it's so hot, and there's not much else to see. Like,
all it takes is that first weekend. That first weekend puts it on the map, and now it becomes a thing. And
now everybody's got to see it, right?
And everybody's got to see it. Exactly.
Did you two? These two that are saying that was pretty good. Did you see the first one? Did you see the first one?
Oh yeah.
I see. I thought that was okay. I didn't think it was as good as the hype was getting it. So am I going to be disappointed in this one too?
Probably. Let's just say yes.
No, I don't know. I think I might like this one better than I like the first one.
Okay. All right. Fair.
Well, it's because kids grow up.
The first one wasn't bad. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, but what I mean is, the kid is growing up, so now you're dealing with more complicated issues, more things you could relate to and remember. Hit that nostalgia mark even for you.
Is this gonna be like that Red movie, the Red Panda movie?
Maybe. I've never seen it.
Talk about periods all the time.
But not that.
That's the whole thing. What are you laughing at, Dom? That's what the movie was. I didn't see it, but everybody told. I was like, "Oh, well, maybe we'll take the kids to say like you can't take the
movie." I don't think it was just about that.
They said, the person that told me they saw it, they go, "You can't take the kids there because all it is about periods."
You know how when you get older, then you have your really early friends, and then you start to go your different ways as you hit middle school, and they might start going to different school. Like it starts dealing with that kind of stuff.
No, I still have all my same friends since I was a little kid. Just more. Every time I just pick up more. It's like
anyway, it was good. I would recommend it.
All right,
cool.
So let's talk about Marvel's Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige, that guy. He says Fantastic Four is a period piece. This is what we've been talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of periods.
Speaking of periods. So it's going to take place in the 60s. But if you look at this poster that they released as well, this with the Human Torch in it, that 60s New York does not look like any 60s New York that we know. It's not today's 60s New York, and it's definitely not
different.
The 60s.
It's going to be another universe.
Future 60s universe.
Another...
Three Rivers. I don't know if you saw the first one, but there's plenty of messaging in that story in Inside Out. There's tons of messaging in that thing. Tons and tons. So this looks cool though. I'm glad they're not doing it in I didn't mind that one with the vision or whatever, but I'm glad that they're doing a future past 60s. I think that's going to be fun, right?
Like Fallout.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be fun. I was just having a conversation with a buddy of mine last week, and
your friends?
I got a couple. And the conversation revolved around Silver Surfer and why Silver Surfer is going to be a female. And I kind of brought up that, hey, it's an alternate universe kind of thing. Like if something happens in the alternate universe and everybody dies except for the four main characters, and so you can still save all the big FF stories for later, I'm okay with all of it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
if it
doesn't matter.
We have Secret Wars and timelines coming up, so it'll be okay. And
yeah, that's what I think. I think that's a cool way to do that type of stuff. So if they do anything crappy, it just kind of falls on deaf ears, I guess.
It can go.
People will still make a big deal out of it, but
they will, and that's what they do. But
believe me, we know we're watching the Acolyte.
Yes,
God forbid.
Yes. God forbid. Also, Kevin Feige will most likely be in Hall H in San Diego. So they took last year off because of writer strikes and such, but now we're going to be back in full form. The Fantastic Four will be filming at the end of July, and he made it a point to mention that it will start filming the Monday after Comic-Con, like the day after Comic-Con is over, is when Fantastic Four starts filming.
I thought by some of the chats we're in, because we added somebody to our group chat, Fantastic Four was already done.
done and ready to go.
No. You're confusing that with all the Superman posts in our chat.
Yeah, between Bruce, I got to get out of that chat. Between Bruce and Dom,
Bruce and Dom are just carpet bombing.
Whoa, buddy!
Set photos.
Too much for Marco.
The internet,
way too much
on the internet.
They're literally going to our private chat to regurgitate the internet because well, I missed it there, so I'm gonna have to miss it twice, I guess.
I have all of our chats muted. I can't even. It's too much. It's way too much.
Way too much.
Yeah, I check it when I have time. But Comic-Con is July 25th through 28th of this year. So
San Diego Comic-Con.
San Diego Comic-Con, yes, that's the one that's allowed to have the name Comic-Con.
Yeah, a lot of other people use it too.
Yeah,
you could eat a dick if you're San Diego and you think you're the only ones that have right to Comic-Con.
They think they're better than everybody.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get out there once. I will go once.
Yeah, it's like herpes. Once you catch it, you don't want it again.
That's fine. That's what I mean. I just want to get it that one time. It's fine. It'll stick with me for life.
I'll have it forever. And then, speaking of DC, so I don't like to talk about things that aren't official, but when the guy who's in it posts it, then I think it's kind of official that way. So Frank Grillo posted this picture of himself. I mean, he was out there.
Does he look like Crossbones still?
He's in the tree.
He looks like Crossbones. Exactly.
He still got my Crossbones outfit.
Yeah,
I know it was a mask, but
repurpose. Yeah, so he will now be. He's going to be in Creature Commandos that we knew is animated. Then he's going to be. We talked about him being in Peacemaker season 2, and now we see him on the set of Superman.
Well, they're all about repurposing.
Which one's he?
Look, they repurposed George Reeves
outfit,
like right? They just slapped it on this guy. Just put George Reeves tights on him. He'll be fine. We'll put the most unflattering suit we can find on our Superman.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Field trip. Yeah, we're going on a field trip.
Damn right, field trip.
Field trip.
So he's gonna be in multiple places. So crossing over with the animation, which I kind of like.
Yeah, I do like that.
Animation and going to be, and using the same person to do the real live action character as well.
Excellent.
So keep moving on. So these three guys, these are the co-CEOs of Paramount. That rigged.
Oh, that's a turd salad sandwich.
You sure they're not trying to sell me a timeshare down in Florida?
Well, what they did try to do is they tried to sell their 20,000 plus employees that they're going to have to find $500,000 because this merger didn't go through. And one of the things that they said was they announced necessary job cuts where duplicate positions will be eliminated.
So get rid of two of these clown shoes.
I mean, that would make the most sense, right? But that's not what they're going to do.
CEOs for?
They're going to have to, because they fired the last guy.
There ain't no three tribal chiefs.
Yeah, one is CBS, one is Paramount, and one is like Viacom. So they all.
Dude, the guy on the left just needs to. First off, the guy on the left's freaking me out. I can't even look at it anymore. I don't know what's going on between his fucked up ears, his eyes, his nose. He's not a human being.
Put him in the octagon. Who are you putting your money on? We put him in the octagon. Winner comes out CEO of all three.
No, none of them.
That guy on the left would probably win. The one with the weird.
He probably is a lizard person underneath. He just starts eating everybody.
Dude in the middle looks like he can fight dirty. You might get some low blows in there.
He's got pretty soft eyes. No, he looks like he's soft.
He's
triple threat match.
Yeah, he does. He looks like he's about to tear up. Hey, if you got a face as bad as the one on the left side, bro, you can take a punch. So like,
it's not gonna hurt him.
Yeah.
So by the way, that Paramount merger did not happen with Skydance, so that was a thing.
Cool, have fun.
Well,
Six Flags, the theme parks are bringing horror franchises to their Fright Fest celebration.
Awesome.
So they're bringing Saw, Army of the Dead, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That's cool.
And I'm gonna say this with the caveat, but they're bringing Deceased to one of their parks. Yeah, DC.
Oh yeah, because they got all the DC stuff.
Oh nice.
They do. However, Texas Chainsaw Massacre will be exclusive to New Jersey, I believe, the New Jersey park. And then deceased is exclusive to Six Flags Mexico.
Mexico?
Only.
Oh, come on.
Why? That's exactly my reaction when I read that today.
Wait, what?
I was like, why? Why would they even announce that if they're going to put it in
I'm all set. Like, I was getting ready to take my son this year because now he's might be going on a little bit of roller coasters. Figure you could take him to Six Flags because it's only like an hour from me here.
Yeah, so New Jersey and the Magic Mountain in LA are going to have most of them, and then all the other parks will get like just a selection of these. I tried to look up, like, for me, it would be the Midwest, it would be Six Flags Great America. I tried to look up what's going to be there, and I could find nothing on their website yet. So it was very difficult.
I mean, I don't understand why New Jersey's just as big a dump as Mexico. Why don't they both get what?
Maybe like rights.
I'm not wrong about it.
Get yourself muted.
Not wrong about it though. You can't be mad because I'm not wrong about it.
Well, it depends on what you're talking about. Oh, this whole state's not one place. You want to talk trash on North Jersey? Go ahead, fine. I could care less. All those Giants fans who wish they were just in New York, fine. Let them be up there. You leave South Jersey alone. And that said, Six Flags, they're also got a new like convention spot that's like next to it. That even though we're going to Baltimore, I might go to this Jersey one next year. I'm gonna have to look into it.
Going to be a Comic-Con there?
Yeah, it's like a con. It's like some indoor. It's like an indoor like softball like stadium.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm all
like
for
weird.
it. I mean, next year I looked at stuff so I could
Jersey or something.
I mean, I was literally they had a
about
pass for me for Heroes and I didn't go, so I will be going next year because everybody just talked shit and made fun of me because I wasn't there. So
yeah, well, I wanted to go to Heroes this year, but it's just Father's Day weekend. It felt weird.
I already did my job. I have kids and I raise them every day.
I know. I just
Father's Day. I should be able to go do whatever.
You want to go? You can go. I'm like, I don't know. Plus, I don't want to drive all the way down to. Is it North Carolina or South Carolina? North Carolina, right?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, Charlotte. Yeah.
Well, I had a ride too. I wouldn't even have to drive. So, I mean,
I guess I could fly. It just feels like it's
no. I had a ride.
B.
Smith and Matt. They ended up taking somebody else. Well, they still have one more place too, but or I could just hop a ride with. I could hop a ride with plenty of people.
So for future reference, I know this one popped up kind of late. My suggestion always for those who have to celebrate a holiday, a birthday, any kind of situation like that, is you do a preemptive strike. So let's celebrate your birthday Sunday, so that next weekend when your birthday actually is, I won't be there because I have something else to do. So that way you do it a week before or before Father's Day.
I did a lot of extra. So I don't know if you know, I still have a video. I should show it. I got a whole filet mignon, a whole tenderloin, and I ended up making a very nice meal with it for the in-laws. So I think I'm good for next year that I don't have to show up to any shit. So
I don't know, but just speaking of like I'm over 40. I don't need to celebrate my birthday anymore. Like,
I mean, other people's birthdays is what I'm saying.
I know. This only came up because my wife and I were talking about it, like at the office. Like, oh, you gotta have the big team meeting, and everybody. It's whose birthdays are at this month.
Oh,
like,
I think it's so stupid,
on, dude. Like,
and stop with the group. Hey, one of the things I don't miss about corporate America too, stop with the group pizza or group food. I don't want your fucking buffet. Okay. If I want to, I go down to a
you love buffets.
Oh, Jesus, I mean, one of the major things that probably got me off was being an executive and have to go to these stupid meetings where they'd have spreads all the time and just see people.
I gotta go in again tomorrow for another one of these meetings. So
no, and everybody doing, oh hey, it's so and so's birthday. Wait, when's your birthday? You missed my birthday. I haven't celebrated my birthday since I was. Hey. If you're too big for the ball pit, you're too big to celebrate a birthday. Get the fuck out. That's what I say.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I don't need it. Like birthdays, just to me, I just want to just let me do no responsibilities. That's all I ask for. My
birthdays are for other people to celebrate.
Yeah, I just want no responsibilities. That's all I want.
No, they can do that when I'm dead. So there you go.
I want one day where I don't have to do anything. That's all.
The Bear. Dude, I got some.
I still got to watch the first 2 seasons of The Bear, which I kind of want to do. It's just I don't have time.
That's the cooking thing, dude. I have people.
Yeah,
so I run a kitchen. I run a kitchen once a year during Easter, and I had idiots quoting that and doing something. People were like, do you know what they're talking about? I was like, no, it's like, it's the bear. And then one lady came in,
It's won awards. It's pretty
she
good,
started
apparently.
talking all this shit. Like in the BOH, she was just like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, huh? And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. You know, I'm just, you know, I've been watching the bear so much that, you know, just rubbing off. I go the fuck home.
People dig it. It's apparently good.
Go the fuck home. Well, apparently the guy in the bear, all he does is yell at motherfuckers. And you know what that does in the kitchen?
Like Gordon Ramsay.
Doug will test you to this. You know what that does? It gets you stabbed because there's knives in the kitchen. They will stab you. No, anybody who believes this bullshit, you can just go in the kitchen and start yelling at chefs and stuff, and they're gonna say yes, chef, back to you, or cooks. Definitely not cooks. Don't you fucking yell at a cook. A cook will stab you 3 times.
Ain't nobody to get stabbed now.
70s. I saw somebody get stabbed in the O's, man. 2003. There was a knife fight that went off one time. What, dude? And one of them was a girl. She came to play, bro. And then, the dishwasher dude, poof, hot water spraying everybody down, dudes, with the hot water. So, like, no, the 70s. Get out of here with the shit.
I've worked in kitchens all over this country. One of the worst fights I ever saw was probably in Florida. I want to say it was South Florida. Yeah. I opened a lot of stores in Florida.
Well, Florida. Well.
Yeah. So you
That's all you got to say, right, AOA?
Right. Yeah. Florida.
All right, let's move on. Let's.
I see somebody lose a finger.
Yeah,
they didn't lose it.
And then they sealed it back. They sealed it on the flat top.
Wow. All right, let's move on.
Was it Ronnie Lott?
Deterred.
Well, ain't no insurance.
So Universal Studios is going to be opening the Epic Universe Park, and they will be opening it with Dark Universe. So we're talking about Dracula, the Wolfman, Frankenstein's monster, Bride of Frankenstein. All of those things will be part of a theme park. They're opening a new, I think the actual park is called Epic Universe.
Okay. So there's gonna be like a whole separate whole
other park, and this will be part of that park. So the dark universe is going to be in there. So all this, it's going to be like a classic monster.
I was going to do my segment on Under the Radar was going to be on this, but I need more time to get it done because, like, you know, Universal Monsters now, Skybound's doing a thing on this. Like they're making a good comeback, and like it gets a little tricky because there's a lot of mags, and then
still have my old Remco figures,
modern books. Yeah, I like this, man.
I mean, there's been books coming out, like, you know, didn't Tinian have a Dracula book out recently? Yep. And so there's been
the creature is still out right now
going on. So
Frankenstein's coming soon. Like Frankenstein's in the next few weeks, I think.
Is that under Skybound too? Is it because I know they did the Creature from the Black Lagoon, so they're gonna nice.
Yep.
Yeah, and the Nintendo Land's coming to Universal as well.
Oh, so that looks awesome.
Yeah, so the Japanese one's open and the California one's open already.
It won't pick them to Florida. Like California's still a bit of a I don't know. That's still a long flight. Florida ain't too bad.
Yeah, it is Florida though.
It is. Just make sure you go in a hazmat. No, it's not just that. That's instant. You get herpes through breathing the air.
Disney was fine. Granted, I came back with COVID, but everybody else turned out fine. It was just
I'll tell you, like, I liked Florida a lot more when I was single and had zero responsibilities because, like, you can fuck around there and find out all day long, and it's fun. But then you got kids and stuff. You're like, I really want to
find yourself
this shit.
Just dumped in a swamp in the Everglades somewhere.
Like everybody's like, oh, Vegas. And I was like, you ain't been to Florida. You ain't been to the Panhandle before, have you?
I've been to the Panhandle a couple times.
That's why you're shaking your head. That's speaking the same language. Yeah.
I drove all over that state, everywhere.
For STDs or what here? You forgot the rest of that AOA.
All right, let's move along. Let's talk about some streaming news. So first and foremost, we're going to talk about something you may or may not have heard of.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Jetflix?
I'm sorry, what now?
Exactly. 5 men have been convicted of operating a massive illegal streaming service. Jetflix, which charged $9.99 a month, generated millions of dollars in subscription revenue. And
really? Why did they go with quote Netflix? Would have been better. It's right there, right next to the end. And it kind of looks like an end if you look at it quickly.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Yeah, maybe they work. Maybe that's the next one.
Maybe they already burnt through Netflix and they had to go to
maybe that one was their first trial run. But at one point, Jetflix claimed to host more than 183,000 episodes of television. Like they would just get the server, load them up on there, and then it would be on there and just run in loops or run.
So it's like the Napster of Netflix.
Yeah. You couldn't download it. I'm guessing that it would be like a constant, like it was just they were just showing
Pirate Bay,
24 hours.
Pirate Bay on.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. So it just kept showing. So you didn't know what was going to. It was like watching like TBS back in the day, where you could just turn it on. You don't know what's going to happen, but there's a movie on sometimes.
Like like on your Roku TV now, you can pick like I think I talked about last week. It was like the Kitchen Nightmares channel, so they'll show all episodes of Kitchen Nightmares, and then follow it up with Hell's Kitchen, and then another, like so. Then you can pick which channel it is, and then you can just keep watching those channels. So I'm guessing it was something like that. Old wrestling pay-per-views or old cartoons or stuff like
the man saved the empire, bro.
So these guys got convicted federal offenses.
Really? Hopefully they gave him 1 day and got him out on good behavior. Yeah, this is what we're doing.
I doubt that.
Man, just thinking back, all the old torrent sites, or you got the crappy quality TV show episodes. It's how I watched all of Smallville before they released them on DVD.
I was able to find music. I never did television shows. I was never.
Oh, it was rough. Television shows were rough because you try to blow it up on a bigger screen. It's like, Jesus, like this is
what am I watching? You got to sit real far back.
Like you got to watch it on a small screen from far away.
Well, now, man, hopefully they played Body Slam on that thing, but I'm disappointed because it sounds stupid.
Yeah,
this is what we're going after.
That's what they went after. Yep.
That's my next endeavor right now. I got to go find Body Slam.
Should go after all those people that took PPP money and didn't use it properly. Give me my tax refund back.
Furiosa has announced the digital date exactly 1 month after its theatrical release.
I was gonna say, I think it's out. There's no commercials today.
On June 24th. Oh yeah, it came out on June 24th. So, you can watch this on pay-per-view. You can watch it on
digital down. You got to still
purchase it, right? You still buy it. Yeah, exactly. So.
I can do it.
Yeah, I can wait. 1 month was kind of rough.
Well, some movies came out right away. They were digital.
Yeah, that's true.
Dune. The first Dune was like, oh, this looks pretty good.
Our good friend Corbin is very excited about this one. Prime Video has dropped a trailer for Batman: The Caped Crusader. You've got a gang war going on in Gotham City. Surprise, surprise. There's a police campaign to hunt down Batman. You saw a bunch of villains: Penguin, Catwoman, Harlequin, Clayface. They all look a little. Catwoman looks kind of normal. Clayface and Harlequin don't look like they normally look. So
who's the one with the red bandana on his face?
That's Clayface.
Clayface, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, Clayface.
Well, that's something.
Yeah, Harlan's next to him. Catwoman looks like
he's gonna stab you with it, but he's gonna stab you with a what? A dull butter.
You don't want just a huge swamp-looking mud monster wandering around. I mean, it makes sense. Got to give it a little.
He's like trying to walk around town with this,
Oh yeah, that outfit's not good.
We're gonna have this in our review.
Looks like that.
We're probably gonna review these, so get ready. Even though it looks like these will come out on Thursday.
I'm not saying I need somebody's information.
Oh, that's right. You don't.
Yeah, it's all right.
You don't partake.
This will be out on August 1st. On Prime Video, of course, and it is executive produced by Bruce Timm, as well as J.J. Abrams, and Matt Reeves is the director.
Okay, did you watch?
All three of them are involved.
Absolutely nothing to do with this at all. But did you watch? What's the one with the pirates? It's called One Punch or whatever.
I watched like an episode or two with my son, and then I still want to finish it. I actually was enjoying it, but.
I was doing a lot of work around the house yesterday.
I
watched like 5 minutes. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, One Piece. One Piece.
One Piece.
One Piece. Oh, okay.
Yeah, One Piece.
We should review that next week. I got some things to say.
You don't like it? Well, we can. I can catch up.
What I'm saying. I'm saying we should review it next week. Why would I give away the good? What is wrong with this channel that we don't know how the content thing works? All right, go ahead. Next.
I don't have patience.
Yeah. A bunch of little kids running around.
Yeah, exactly. This is a house full of little kids.
It really is. Like sometimes it astonishes me.
I'm looking in the closet. I ain't waiting for Christmas.
Yeah, fuck. Never met more children in my life.
Kite Man is getting a series.
Yes! We've all been waiting for this.
A spin-off of the Harley Quinn series. Kite Man and Golden Glider will take their relationship to the next level. They're opening a bar that caters to the
We're definitely reviewing this.
Dude, I thought there was a time where I thought I was like, hey, they're trying to legitimize Kite Man. They're trying to legitimize Stilt Man. But Kite Man, he's run away with this. Like Kite Man has taken that random obscure villain role.
He's got a 10-episode season starting on July 18th on HBO.
We'll be reviewing this.
I'm looking forward to this. I mean, I see Bane in there. I don't know who else.
This looks like it's gonna be fun. This looks like
this looks like
a Lego version. You know how Marvel and Star Wars do the Lego things. This kind of like looks like what that's gonna be, which is good. They need to get back to that. Like, let's stop taking stuff
again. This is what I feel like I'm missing with Venture Brothers. I want like this Monarch and like the oddball, crappy villains.
Yeah, at DC, I love them. That's why we started under the radar in the C list, man.
Was DC?
So I don't.
No, I think no. Man, we had him early on. We did the Batman. We had Condiment King and
hold on. I don't hate Batman. I think he's overrated.
He's Batman.
Yeah, I mean he doesn't do shit. He has no superpowers. At best, his like peons that he messes around with. Batman. Who cares? That's all he says is I'm Batman. Dude, his butler's a bigger badass than him.
Well,
he is. Huh. Dude, if he's so great a detective, who's the Joker?
The real question is, does it matter?
Yeah.
Why?
Because if you call yourself the world's greatest detective, riddle me this, dipshit, who's Joker?
But does it matter?
Yeah, because I'm asking you the question.
No, but what I'm saying is, even to Batman, does it matter who the Joker is? What's that going to solve?
Is that woman's head on the counter?
Well, it's not like, because you know his name, you can look him up.
Oh, no, I know.
Yes, he's got him. He's got him cooked.
I know that. That's like what he's always tried. That's like his biggest mystery is who's the Joker, and he can't figure it out. So if you're
I don't think that's his biggest mystery.
I don't think it's
ever been a mystery. I think
he did
the Jokers thing was a dumb idea. We didn't need to know. Just like we didn't need to know Wolverine's backstory. As much as they wanted to push it on us, we didn't need to know.
Which the Weapon X
we didn't need to know about James Howlett.
Howlett,
fancy boy grew up in old timey times. And
that doesn't even exist. You could just write that one off. Different universe. I think that's a different universe.
I know, but it's the same thing. We don't need to know everything. Can we just leave
Wolverine's not the world's greatest detective. He's Mr. Skit. That's what his thing is.
I understand what you're saying, but you're making up his greatest mystery. But the mystery you're making up is irrelevant.
It's not me. It's the one that he's been hunting.
He hasn't been.
Yeah, dude, they've had major series on him hunting that. He literally sits in front of that mega computer and one's like, I think I know the answer. It could be all three people.
But that's not his biggest
whatever.
Skit. Skeet.
My point being, he's not a detective. Go.
Did you go fishing today?
No,
that's
why I was out. Did you see all my posts and shit and all the stuff? In
no, chat? I don't. No,
all I've been doing is making money today, brother. That's it. Every day I'm hustling.
All I've been doing is making content.
All right. Speaking of the Batman universe, Penguin gave us a new trailer and poster last week.
Oh, that's another Batman. I hate sparkle tits.
You just hate Batman. I know.
Just admit it.
I didn't know that. I never.
I'm not a fan of Batman.
Ed LeBeau had to.
He knows. He's been around long enough to know that. I think. Yeah, I don't hate him. I just think he's overrated.
That makes. I never actually put it all together, Ed. That makes so much sense now. He just hates Batman.
He just breeze over Superman, but you just hate on Batman.
Oh no! Superman sucks. Superman sucks, but Batman just blows.
So is it like all DC?
Well, all you're proving is you need both of them.
Thank you, Landlover. That's exactly right. Scooby-Doo could have figured out who the Joker is. That's right.
Anyway, the Penguin
will be premiering in September. And it's going to be, the story of Oswald Cobblepot and his rise to power. The trailer looked pretty good. And like I said, it starts in September. So on Max, and it's a Max original.
It's weird.
It does.
Don't you guys think things have been happening differently lately?
With what?
Like with comics. Like back in the old days, we see a trailer like this, and everybody goes, "Hey, you know what? I know she was confirmed to be in the show before, but hey, look, Sophia Falcone. She looks like she's got a big role in this." You would think more people would gravitate towards her books.
That's still DC. I think people are waiting because you saw it with X-Men and
you say that's still DC, but remember everybody who jumped on everything James Gunn would tweet and put out and post.
Yeah, but that was at the end of the pandemic, bro. Like,
no, this is just a couple weeks ago.
Well,
like
I think that's it right there, though, because this is not
effect?
This is not James Gunn related. This is separate from James Gunn. And
I do hope
James
the best
Gunn
for DC
saying and doing something. Then you'll see that pop and things happen. And
this does look. I am looking forward to this.
Looks really good.
We will have this in our review segment when this comes out. Which is probably going to be like, I'm thinking September. Oh yeah, September.
Here's a weird take. I've always liked the Penguin, all versions.
How could you not?
I have liked every version of the Penguin.
Yeah, Burgess Meredith. I mean, the animated.
Even the superpowers figure.
No, bro. I'm even like Danny DeVito, man.
Oh, like that's in the time. Only one
in the time. No. I'm talking 1992 when we first saw. I
know. I didn't like him.
I know it doesn't hold up now. Don't do the Goldberg bullshit. What I know it doesn't hold up now, but what I'm saying is, like, back then I was like, oh, okay.
No, I'm just at the time I didn't care for that one. That one just didn't hit right.
Yeah.
Why is he a Penguin Man? Penguin's not a Penguin Man.
Matt, he floods that fucking chat, bro. He floods it.
Between that and all the new Instagram messages we have in there, it's impossible.
Oh, I should never had Dom. God, I love Dom. I just wanted you all to see what I have to deal with Star Wars. I love Dom to death, but dude, he is now tore that thing.
Sometimes up. It's like, you know what? I bet you Dom's working overtime right now. He's just scrolling, going, "Fuck it."
I love Dom so much.
All right, let's talk about Netflix. So the Russo brothers have a $300 million budget to make their next project for Netflix. $300 million for Netflix, reportedly.
Endgame. They did Infinity War. They did.
Yeah.
Okay. You know,
that's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
Titled The Electric State. It stars Millie Bobby Brown, Chris Pratt,
Who the hell is Millie Bobby Brown? Is that Bobby Brown's daughter?
Yes, it's Bobby Brown's daughter.
Stranger Things.
Giancarlo Esposito, Anthony Mackie, and Brian Cox.
Wait, who the fuck is it? Is it Bobby Brown's daughter or not Bobby Brown?
No, it's the little girl from Stranger Things. 11.
Why would Bobby Brown's daughter be named Bobby Brown?
You have cocaine. Because of cocaine. That's why. Bobby Brown got on national television and talked about how he used to dig poop out of Whitney Houston's ass because it got too dry. You tell me naming a girl Bobby Brown is out of fucking character for Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston?
Yeah, but then
by the way, I think her name is Bobby Brown.
Something Bobby Brown. It's Millie Bobby Brown. Wasn't
that the name of Bobby Brown's kid?
No, it is not Bobby Brown's kid. She's no way related. She's British. Stranger Things.
She's British. She's white.
The Godzilla MonsterVerse movie. Coach Eric Taylor's
Have you watched Stranger Things?
Yeah, like one episode or two or first season.
What about the new Godzilla movies?
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Remember the new Godzilla movies where you had the mom and the dad and they had the weird machine that would call all the kaiju? They had a little girl.
Yeah.
She's the girl.
All right, fair enough.
She's so also married.
But Dub said yes first, so this is my fault.
Because it's the funniest thing ever.
Fusion's not my fault. What the heck was Bobby Brown's daughter's name, though? It was like Bobby Brown.
Not Millie. It was not Millie.
I don't fucking remember.
Yeah.
Hey, here you go. Bobby Brown had a daughter. Yeah. Maybe you should change it. Put Millie for it.
Listen to Razor.
Batman.
Yeah, Batman knows Millie Bobby
Brown. Rivers. Hey, fuck yeah. Hey, you get that one. That's one that he gets that one for that. That's a good one.
Ring the bell. Always got to appreciate a good callback.
Yeah. dude, there's a lot of stuff going on in here. This whole chat's kind of funny.
Oh man! All right, let's talk about some toys.
What do we got? Oh, that's
I should make you save this. I got a whole channel.
See, I knew she had two names. I knew she had a boy name and a girl name in there. Yeah, thank you, Eric. All right.
So Good Smile is a Japanese toy company. They do a lot of super detailed, very expensive figures. But this is their Ganondorf. They had not a con, but like an online thing last week, like a presentation, and they showed a whole bunch of kind of.
So this is where they turn characters into like samurais and like historical Japanese figures.
I think that's one of their lines that they do. But they do super detailed figures of like video game stuff, and then they do like anime stuff, like, and a lot of like, they like come with so many weapons and parts and things. This is Ganondorf from the new latest Zelda game. Not even new; it's like 2 years old. Tears of the Kingdom, and then that's a Zelda prototype that they showed as well, also from the same game. They showed us Solid Snake, from Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. So this is from their Figma line.
How much are these cardboard boxes?
They are usually about 140, 150 bucks.
Where's this cardboard box?
They didn't show it, but you're probably gonna get one. You're probably gonna get a cardboard box. They're super super nice figures though. I mean, I have a Bruce Lee from this line. I have a couple other. I used to have turtles, but I don't. I no longer have all 4 turtles.
Which type of Bruce did you have? Did you have like the
yellow jumpsuit?
I was gonna say, Game of Death.
Yeah, Game of Death one. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, super nice figures. I have some Mario, Metroid, and I have an old Link as well from the same line, but I was collecting those kind of back then.
Did your Game of Death figure have a giant dirty footprint from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the
not. It does not. It should, but it does not. I got to find myself a Kareem figure to put him up against.
Maybe they'll make some airplane figures that you can just
my god, that'd be awesome.
There. I'm Roger Murdoch.
I'm co-pilot. So, we talked about this a little bit a few weeks back. Pete was disappointed that they were comic covers. But now this happened.
Callback.
McFarlane is making 4-inch Superpowers figures.
Well, they've been doing this.
So this is like he's actually making like compatible with the old Superpowers figures and the very similar animation style. And I don't see the punching action.
I was gonna say, where's the motion? We
need some motion in the ocean, as you would say.
So Metamorpho and Booster Gold were announced. The pre-orders are open now, and then Guy Gardner and Black Manta. So I saw these.
Gardner looks like a turd nugget sandwich.
He's always looked that way, though.
He's always
so like fucking that. Stupid.
So look at these figures that we got, though.
Yeah,
Booster
it's an odd selection.
Metamorpho.
I believe he's going to be in one of the movies.
Right, Metamorpho is. Guy Gardner is supposed to be played by
the dude who was Zaz in Gotham.
And then Booster Gold was kind of.
Booster Gold's getting a show, I think.
He's a TV show, okay. So the only one is Black Manta was just in Aquaman.
He's just been in stuff.
But the other 3 are all future projects for James Gunn. So, I don't know if that has something to do with it, but
probably. It probably plays into.
That's kind of funny.
Why they chose those
figures.
Well, all I know about them is that they're going to all end up at Ollie's. So,
$10 each.
Fine. Like I'm not opposed to these, especially they're affordable. $10 for a figure.
$10 is not bad.
$3 when it's on sale.
My son would like this stuff.
Yeah.
Instead of me having to go and
I saw something else that you're probably going to talk about Sunday that's going to be at Ollie's pretty soon too, and I'll probably buy it.
Let me go. Tell me.
That damn Lego store, they really know how to upsell you. They'd be like, you know what? You're already up to 130. If you get up to 150, you get this set for free. And I'm like, shit.
You get this what?
I'm like, buddy, go find something for $20. And he's like, how about these minifigs? I'm like, all right, grab 4 of them and we'll just get out of here.
And then this next slide is something that I forgot to take out from last time, but
Okay,
McFarlane's making a Batmobile, so hey, look at that.
It's still cool.
It's still cool.
Right.
It's still cool.
All right, let's talk about some comics. There's been some interesting
about...
things that happened in the comics world this week.
Interesting, you say?
Interesting, yeah. So this guy is Philip
Boom.
He was the president of Boom Studios until like a week ago. There have been rumors that he was going to leave, and then he left, and then there's been rumors that there's been a buyer for Boom Studios, like some kind of bigger publishing company. But again, it's all rumors. It's been rumors for a while. We've been hearing all kinds of stuff. The other interesting thing that happened is Ross Ritchie has been showing up a lot on social media. He had kind of stepped away to be on the board and not do the day-to-day stuff. And, you know, he left the CEO job to do that.
Well, why wouldn't you?
A couple years ago, but now he's coming back and he's starting to talk about Boom Studios and stuff.
We're getting an Iger situation. All right, I guess they need me.
Yeah, maybe something. I mean, this guy was around for a while. He was around for like Something to Heal the Children when they launched the kids line. He did all that stuff. So this guy's been around. So
who's the guy in the picture?
Philip
That's the guy who left.
That's the guy.
That is the guy left. He should leave.
It's Philippe.
Philippe.
Yeah, if you start it with an F, you're getting it with an accent.
Got it. Sablik.
It's not Philip if it's with an F. It's Philippe.
You're probably right. Yeah.
Boom.
So Boom has had some changes and is probably having some changes.
Go get rid of Bleep.
He's gone.
Bleep him.
And then this guy.
Oh, who's this turd?
This guy right here was hired by Jerry Duggan, and Chip Zdarsky have paid him money.
Why would you
paid him money?
What a fucking troll!
For to help make the X-Men better.
Wait, what?
They paid his cameo. They paid him a cameo, like bought a cameo from him for $125.
Oh, that's hilarious!
They did it for their friend Jonathan.
That is fucking hilarious. I told you he's a troll. That is fucking hilarious. Dude, is this on the internet?
It is in Zdarsky's newsletter. That's
how pissed off is Liefeld at this point?
No, he did it. He got money for the $125. He gave Jonathan Hickman tips on how to make the X-Men better.
Yeah, but you know it's a shit
how
on. He's got to know it's a shit on. Somebody had to go, hey, Robbie, they're shitting on you, dude.
So this 787 philosophy that he's talking about,
Jonathan, let me tell you, what you want to do is forget about the feet. You don't need them. Just read what DC's doing. We'll take some of their characters. We'll just
add more pockets.
A couple of the letters.
How do you feel about, Bruce Payne? I mean, we could do something like that. Maybe
Bruce Payne. Yeah.
We'll do Clark with a K. How about Clark with a K and Kent, but with a C, so it looks like Cent. Like
no, you have to get, but it's a Marvel thing, so you have to have them same name. So
all right, fine.
You can just forget that. Instead, put pockets on them. Put a lot of pouches on them.
We're gonna have our big new superhero. Well, we can't do Cable. It's not really relevant anymore. We'll call him Streaming. We'll just call him Streaming, and then we'll have a villain that'll just be his clone, and he'll just wear
just a different mask,
shiny suit with a lot of things on his helmet. We'll just make his helmet as big as possible. Just keep adding.
Don't worry about. There's no way his head can fucking hold.
No physics necessary.
Don't worry about weight. But just keep adding. Just keep adding.
What happens is all the pouches ground them. So that's all you need to do. Yeah. More pouches.
Bigger helmet pouches with snacks. He's got a carbo load to sustain that mass that he has. So you need to fill those.
Forgot about snacks. Unrealistic. Make sure you get a gun, and it's got to be the size of his entire body too.
And it needs to look like an electric shaver. Don't make it look like a gun. It's got to look just like a tube, maybe remote control on its side with a handle.
So let's hear this tip at 787. I'm not surprised it did say 789.
So 7 pages of your comic book introduces the character. 8 pages goes back and shows you like his relationship with his family, his situation, whatever. And the last 7 pages is his conflict with his nemesis. So that's how you write the proper comic book according to Rob Liefeld. And then I also saw
Jonathan Hickman is
a shirt with a 787 on it that will be sold at San Diego, not done by Rob Liefeld, by somebody else, but in his style of his font that he uses.
So he didn't get that they were shitting on him.
He got $125 for it, so they didn't tell him it was for Hickman.
He got $125.
He got the money for it, so he did the cameo. They told him it was for Jonathan, and then afterwards, Zdarsky and Duggan said that it was.
I don't know if he's still gonna be getting 8 ball with that, but
dude. So I assume that now Chip Zdarsky and Duggan are both permanently blocked from Rob Liefeld.
I don't know
unless they have another $125.
Yeah, they paid him.
He doesn't care. He'll take the money and still block you.
Well,
dude, this is amazing.
I don't know. Yeah,
you see those two dudes, you just shake their hand.
I'll find this video and I'll send it over.
Will you sign this 787 shirt for me?
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Could you imagine? That would be amazing.
He would probably charge you money for it,
Or what about just a still frame photo from Deadpool? That's Liefeld.
Don't tell me these are actual frames of him.
This is from the cameo. This is actually from the video.
See, the first you got.
Why would he be wearing
that? Where it looks like you're holding your drink in your mouth, and then you explain things in the next 8 pages, and then you face your big conflict in the last 7 pages. He just lays it out right there.
Why is Deathstroke in it?
That's Well, I can see your confusion, but that's Deadpool.
That's not Deadpool at all. 100% is not.
He recolored it, and it looks like Spider-Man's mask.
He literally just took a Deathstroke mask and because Deadpool's got like a mouth. That's Deathstroke.
No, he doesn't have a mouth.
He does. Yes, he does. Doesn't he?
What are you talking about?
Not that I know of.
I don't know, man. What the fuck?
That's Deadpool.
I don't know.
Deathstroke's is 2 colors as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
Orange and blue.
Is one half is just all black. They don't even draw the second.
That's what I'm saying. You just took a Deathstroke mask and painted it black and red.
But that's all Deadpool's mask is. You just get both halves, and you get both Spider-Man sides without the webbing.
All right, let's talk about another artist.
Holy, that guy's a waste of fucking sperm.
DC
has
had some. Yeah, that's definitely odd.
Somebody should have deposited him on the floor. Is that what you should say? I don't know. How do you want me to position that?
Well, you could have left it with the egg. Like eggs only come around once a month. You can just not really wasting the sperm. That's just
that would have been
constantly refreshed.
Probably would have been better in a sock. Let me put it that way.
So Matina has gotten a lot of flack again lately, and I know this has been discussed a little bit because of his.
We got some more weird ghostly images in here. It's like, wait,
yeah, exactly, weird stuff. So actually, DC has pulled his future covers. These are just 3 examples of them. There was more. The Action Comics on the left, Superman 17 in the middle, and Brave and Bold on the right. These were all Matina covers that were originally solicited and now will be changed. Yeah, that's
honestly, I'm not
Superman all the way on the left is.
These aren't great.
No.
What's with all the blur?
Not good at all. Yeah, well, that's what I did for him. So
this ain't J.J. Abrams doing his lens flare. Why are you blurring everything?
It's bad.
How did you've known it for years? The audacity, like, remember they went through the whole, it was already after the minute they said the first time this came up years ago, DC, every B cover then turned into a Matina. They're like, shit, we can get shit then.
That's good. I'll go ahead.
So now you're doing it? Get out of here. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really.
Yeah, shocular.
Dark Horse is giving us a collected edition of James Tinian's True Weird anthology.
Oh, I thought this
True Weird was a backup story. First, it was originally online.
Yeah.
And then it was released as backup stories in the Blue Book. And so now they're taking they're going to take all those backup stories and put them into 1 volume, 120-page trade paperback, $24.99. It will be in stores on January 29th.
Yeah,
if you really want this.
I let my Tiny Onion subscription lapse, so
so you don't.
I don't got that Substack stuff. I gave it a try. I did give it a try that first year and spent way too much money, but yeah.
Yeah. Did you get anything good out of it? Any good books?
I got some interesting stuff. At one time, some of those books were pricey. I didn't sell them. but I've given away some, and I don't know. It just kind of lost its momentum.
Yeah, a lot of that Substack stuff kind of started out hot, and then it kind of
it was between that one and the was it 3M3W or whatever. It was like the whole build a whole new universe. I think it was a Hickman one. That one, I don't know. I got a trade out of that. Well, it's over here somewhere. But anyway, keep going with the news. I don't want to reminisce about Substack.
Yeah, is Substack done now?
No, it's still going on. That's what Zdarsky's. That's what that newsletter was out of Substack. It came out of the Liefeld thing. So Skybound is going to give us a Marvel era Transformers compendium. So they're first giving us the first 44 issues with the Headmasters 1 through 4, and then that'll come out on April 9th for $65. And then later in the year, next year, we'll be getting the second part.
See, this I can do. This was my problem with the G.I. Joe Kickstarter. It was just too much. $300 from Jump is just too much at once. Like, I can talk myself into spending $300 over time. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna buy
not all volume,
$75 a piece. I can convince myself, all right, I can do $75. I'll buy one volume and I'll get the rest as they come out. Because, you take gifts, like you get the Christmas gifts, you get those Amazon gift cards and that kind of stuff. Then you go and buy dumb shit and things you wouldn't normally buy. Like that's how I got my Sandman hardcovers, the whole Ultimate Collection, and the Hellboy library editions. Like I use gift cards for that kind of stuff. But
so that G.I. Joe will probably come out like this as well.
I think they're going to come out, and then I will buy them separately. I would buy them separately.
Different covers, nothing exclusive in there.
Yes, I could do $65. You're getting 44. That means we're only going to get a volume 2 for the Marvel one because it only ran to 80.
Yeah, that's it.
So, all right.
And then some of the offshoots or whatever that you get. The first one has 44 plus Headmasters 1 through 4.
Plus, if you pre-order it too, when it comes out, it says 65. You pre-order it from an online retailer, whether it be a Barnes & Noble or
your comic shop can probably give you a discount on it too.
20-30% off. And
right, exactly.
Yeah,
so visit your local LCS if you want this.
That too.
Visit your LCS, local LCS.
Because sometimes they do offer LCSs like a variant cover. So if you really like collecting that kind of stuff, you got to.
I didn't say anything about that yet, but we have time yet before they solicit it. All right, let's talk about these new printings. Deadpool and Wolverine World War III. Second printing, plus the 1 in 25 Salvador LaRocca Virgin variant.
Fuck out of here.
Scarlet Witch.
Get the fuck out.
What did I tell you?
P. Craig Russell second printing, and the Jenny Prison 1 in 25 black and white. Is that P. Craig Russell? Did they have a version of that come out as a regular cover? Was that like
no? I don't think so. I think that's a hidden. I think I asked you that before. Thing.
Oh, so that it came out as a hidden gem before?
Maybe. I don't know. That was a. That wasn't a regular.
I want that cover, so I got to get that.
Cover. Not bad.
The one on the left, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks all right.
The one on the right's just the same picture we already got. Hey, let's make it black and white.
Black and white.
No, I'm a fan of P. Craig Russell, so.
Dude, it's like I told you in our chat. Only thing worse than an incentive on a reprint is an exclusive on a reprint.
Which chat is that? Which one didn't I read this week?
Oh, that's our main chat. There was.
Oh, I don't read that one. That there's no way I'm reading that chat.
Well, you made it even more.
Bruce posted something. I'm like, what? This like don't make sense.
Anyways.
I'm like, why are they doing an exclusive on a second print when there's a third print out already? Like, what the hell?
Dub, if I don't read it, then why would I not make it the most?
I'm going into your Star Wars chat and putting a whole bunch of
dude, if you think that's the Star Wars chat, you do what you want to do.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. We don't want to be talking inside jokes on you. That's not cool. It's just sometimes.
All right, moving on. Sorry. Uncle Scrooge.
Oh, jeez.
And the Infinity Time, #1, second printing by Mirka Andolfo, and the Pizza Moco is going to give you the 1 in 25 Virgin variant.
No, thank you.
Yeah, we don't need these.
No, and you know what? It's
hold
on. It really
sucks.
How
about we get the Virgin of the Frank Miller as the incentive? Huh?
You know what really sucks too is because they had a banger of a cover, and all this stuff does deteriorate from it. Like
banger.
Yeah, the Delato was awful.
I like the diamond. Was it the Delano was sweet? It was a banger.
Delano was awesome at the 1 in 10. The regular Alex Ross on the just cover A was good.
Yeah, it was dope as shit too.
And we joke about Campbell, and it was a 1 in 50. But I do like the Campbell, but it was 1 in 50.
Fair.
Even the Ron Lim was good.
I like the Campbell. That's what I'm saying. The Campbell was dope. I really like how the Campbell wasn't like every other Campbell that he does. So,
you know who else surprised me? Ramita, JR. It looked like a duck.
Not looking like shit. Yeah,
it looked like a duck. It didn't look like everybody else that he draws.
Dude, hey, I gotta tell you, I gotta apologize to Miller. Ever since I did the thing about Dead, he has really put some shit out there, huh?
That duck, that DuckTales cover was. I can't.
All right, I gotta apologize.
Between that and the Thanos, did you see the Thanos?
Hey, look at Frankie. It wasn't. It was a joke, bud. It ain't that serious. Could you just not do what you
made him mad?
Yeah, you don't have to. Just hang it up.
Yeah, it's not that bad. But I mean, not for a 1 in 25 second print, but it's not that bad.
Yeah. Well, do it on the next. They got Donald. Is Donald Duck next? One of somebody's next.
Well, Donald was in the story.
Remember? No, I know, but I think they're it's like one shot. So.
And here you go with Venomverse Reborn.
Do we need this Reborn?
No, but I also think if you're gonna do it, you got to put Delano on it, right?
Yeah.
For what?
For Venom. Like if you're gonna do
this is Greg Land.
I know.
Greg Land and Salvador LaRocca.
I understand that, but I'm saying if
I usually like LaRocca, but that Venom is weird looking.
I'm just saying, like if you're gonna do the 1 in 25, you got to put Delano. Just run that fucking 2016 Delano train back again. Do that shit.
Yeah, the Venom looks a little thick. The LaRocca looks really
like the legs look weird. Like they look too small.
Yeah, because the middle and the arms are too big. Like
he looks like again, not to go back to Venture Brothers. He looks like Brock Sampson. He's a little top heavy.
Tiny little legs.
Tiny little legs.
And then we're gonna get Scarlet
this was expected.
You know this was coming. Jason Howard did all 3 of these covers.
That first was a waste. There's no need for it.
Yeah,
just give us the what you've already been doing, milking us for 2 by giving us the Joe and
this book's still out there, dude. I was just in the shop and it's the 1 in 10's out there in under ratio, just fiercely.
Hey, the 1 in 10's they'll connect if you get all of them. So, just saying.
And then one more, the Ain't No Grave.
Wait,
we did first number 1 third printing. It's just a black and white of the regular Jorge Corona cover, and then the number 2 second printing is a sepia tone of
number 1's already to third printing. It was an okay story. It wasn't that great.
I liked it. It.
But it wasn't great enough to get a third printing. But whatever. But we heard sometimes with these image guys and with their flaws.
Apart from that, like Middle West did that too. Like people are buying it. It is still Scotty Young, so he's got his fan base.
Yeah, the Scotty Young thing. Yeah. That was it.
And that wraps up our news.
I like Ain't No Grave personally. I'm enjoying it.
Okay, well, good. All right, Pete, what do we got next?
You want to do our review segment next?
Take it or leave it. Yeah, let's please get into it.
All right, let me find our intro for it. I was about to put the background up, but we need the intro first.
Hey, Kyle, are you working?
Kyle.
I haven't talked to Kyle in a while. Kyle, if you're not working, jump on. Well, I haven't talked to him in a while. I just don't have time to talk.
I haven't talked to Kyle either.
Man, I miss him. He's a friend. Fuck, bring him on. I talk to him once a week. I don't talk to Kyle ever.
Don't forget, I put Kyle to work because we've been working on our Baltimore plan for a little while. So I put Kyle into making some swag.
Knock it off. He doesn't find that fun.
No, Kyle's got to go. He's got to go manage the sweatshop that he's got working.
It's his mom.
It is never over. Master got me working.
You don't have to love me. You don't have to tell how the sausage is made.
Dude, they absolutely love me. I'm on all their fridges. I'm all over the place. They walk around at their jobs with pictures of me all over their shit.
Where is it? I still got it. It's around here somewhere.
Kyle, are you working? Ha's not working. All right. Take it or leave it.
All right. So let's go with our first viewer pick again. So Marco doesn't yell at me. You guys picked this. You really, really, really wanted us to review
Rat City number 3.
Power Ground Zero. Where's Corbin at when you need him?
Okay, this is why.
Because I don't know why you guys got to this.
Can I give you the negative on this and the positive on this?
Okay.
All right. It's a start-off book, so they give you a bunch of shit in it, dude. I like that. I actually like that style of the book. The problem is, fuck Amanda Waller, dude. I just don't give a shit.
Yeah, I'm just over it at this point. That's the problem. Like, I don't understand why this is still like a thing. Like,
why Amanda Waller's a thing?
Yeah, why is she still like, I work for the American government? Do you? Who's paying? Who's authorizing you to do this shit?
And who cares?
Like, didn't we just do this? Didn't we just have Suicide Squad versus the Justice League just like 2 years ago?
Who is saying, hey, you know what? We don't have enough. I'd rather read fucking Batman and find him not figure out who the fucking Joker is again than have to see another
and all that stuff. Like, why is she still in power somewhere? Like,
not only that, but like, why are we having to see her in every fucking book? Like, why? Nobody cares. And by the way,
without spoiling this book,
with all due respect, Waller could just Superman could just be pissed off, sneeze, and shoot fucking things right through her.
Am I assuming you're a down on this one?
I'm a crooked down because I actually like the style of it. I like the style of it.
Just because it's an intro book, but I'm giving the full down because I just don't get it. Like, I don't understand. I mean, I understand what they're trying to do. Set her up as like the big bad, but this is basically an anthology book, and they tell like a couple of short stories of how shitty Amanda Waller is and how shitty of a person she is.
Right.
And
which we already knew.
We already knew that. And I'm like, why is this? What? Why? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
So that's my worry about this whole event. It's just, really? This is what we're going to deal with? And we're just going to...
I didn't say that, man.
We're just going to... We're just going to deal with all the robots, basically. If you haven't been sick, again, not to spoil this, but the upcoming event, if you haven't been sick of Failsafe and Batman, because you know that was leading into this, House of Brainiac, we got Lady Brainiac, Robot Lady, we got apparently Amazos too. If you're not sick of robots fighting superheroes, well, guess what? You're getting more of it.
Yeah, everything that they gave us too much of already. It seems like
I'm just not
stupid.
It's like everyone and everything is jumping on the AI story. Like everything is artificial intelligence. And I liked it when it was like, Terminator and like that was cool when Arnold was fighting against, Terminator, but like now it's just same rehashed stuff over and over again.
Yeah, but I'm just bored.
I don't even know if it would just be better if they just did like anthologies, but like I like it when they do it with Swamp Thing, which they do all the time, or like
that makes sense
when they do their winter specials, or like I wouldn't even mind a failsafe. I think if you did it as a failsafe instead of the whole crap storyline we just had, it would have been okay. But even give us Kite Man. I would have had Kite Man in here. Would have been better. I just don't want to see Waller in.
No, well, they gave us other random slappies just to read in this one, who were helping her.
You gave away everything, Pete. I don't think he gave away everything. It's not
everything, because you read that first story kind of pisses me off. Like, I don't know how you're supposed to ever get behind this hero character in that first story, because the victim in that story is right. It's like, what? She threatened your family. What about my family, you selfish fucking prick?
Yeah.
Come on, it's ridiculous.
I just don't know who likes this character.
Anyway, it was just, it's cliched nonsense. It's nothing new.
No, it's stupid.
That's all. It's nothing new.
Move along. Dumb.
Which is my problem, which is why I couldn't even give it the crooked. It's just... Anyway, Void Rivals. I've said before, Void Rivals is not my favorite of the Energon universe, but that isn't to say it's not good. The point is, it's just the Energon universe is just kicking ass, in my opinion. I'm just
they got large swords. They got large swords in this book.
They have robots.
Enormously large sword.
I don't remember that dude's name. I mean, he showed up last issue, so it wouldn't be a spoiler. To say, but the green.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. The green Transformer. It was like a weird futuristic car. It's not Cup, but I think he was part of that crew.
Springer?
Is it?
Springer was a helicopter. It was a triple changer.
He might. Yeah, that might
be around the same time as Cup and Springer came out around the same time.
Yeah, it might be. That might be who it is. That might be who it is. But
I just want to know how he can raise the sword without falling over backwards.
I want to know how. Well. Again, I want to give away storyline bits. I was gonna say how dude survived missing pieces.
I guess because it's my third favorite franchise.
It is. Like I said, it's not my favorite of all the Energon books, but it's still good. I'm still enjoying it.
I'm gonna give it a crooked thumbs up, right?
You can give it a crooked thumbs up. I'm gonna give it the full thumbs up in this case because despite it not being my favorite of the group, it's still doing something unique. I like how they're kind of tying in now where these these characters kind of tie in with the with the universe and with the with the Energon and stuff. They're trying to tie things together now a little bit more.
He's got to tell us which one he's taking because you guys named the book because we don't know what you're taking.
I think it's this one.
Is it this one?
I say we take it with Void Rivals. Number 10.
But this is the only thing I'll say. It won't be it's not my first day reader. You know what I mean? If we didn't have to read it for this, it wouldn't be my first day.
This was a viewer suggestion.
If next week all of a sudden I go, oh
this was a viewer suggestion. And the book that I was looking forward to reading, I didn't get my copy yet because my dad picked up my book and he didn't stop by my house yet. So I didn't get my copy of Rook Exodus 3.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to read that for today, but I didn't get it yet. So
thank God they didn't vote for Red Coat. I didn't want to read that.
But you guys voted for this one anyway. So
maybe we'll do Rook next week. Rook's good.
Rook is good. Right. I'm enjoying Rook. Is my favorite of the Ghost Machine books, I think. That said, that was our DC book that you viewers picked. This was our indie book that you viewers picked. And this is the Marvel book that you viewers selected for us.
I don't even look to see what they picked anymore. I just read the list.
I tell you what to read. And it was Helverine number 2.
Fuck.
As Dub would accuse you, I'm pretty sure you guys are trolling us at this point.
This was a book.
It was a book. It gives some backstory a little bit. If you read the first issue, you see the big reveal of who Helverine actually is now. It kind of explains it, how he got power.
Hold on, though. He
doesn't have the same just died. He's back.
Can I ask a question? He doesn't have the same healing factor?
I don't think not what happens to him happened to him. I don't know if you can come back from that. This ain't Ultimate Wolverine.
Because his face is all fucked.
But regardless,
but also Wolverine's actually pretty good. I gotta give it to Wolverine in this one. There's a sweet move he does and a sweet thing he does.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. It's not.
I kind of read this book first, like out of our list. So I'm not giving it an all the way thumbs up, but
you know what? I think I actually read this book.
Yeah, when I looked at the list, I was like, yeah, shit, I'll read this book first.
Because I read Absolute Power near the end. Void Rivals was in the middle somewhere. I did kind of read this one first. I think.
So I guess, I mean, it might be a troll, but I'm giving it a thumbs up because it was kind of what I expected it to be. I did not like it. I mean, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it, but like I did not like it.
I will give you the crooked only because again, a lot of it was kind of dumb, but I told you with the big spoiler of the first issue, I wasn't opposed to that. It gives the character something to do, even though he just died and they bring him back so soon. Fine. I'm not worried about that.
Here's the problem I have with here's the problem with I have even tilting it sideways. If you pick this book up, it's titled Helverine. Inside,
I wouldn't have picked it up if they didn't.
But that's what I'm just saying. Like, you're gonna get what you expect. You're going to get what you expect.
I wouldn't have though. I would have let this just die on the shelf on its own and not thought about it. But you made me have to get this.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like if you like a couple years later are a con and you start to see 1, 2, 3, whatever.
Oh well, that X23 cover is also a delayed Stormbreakers from last month. Like that was last month's Ghost Rider book because Marvel just apparently can't keep shit together. They put all these theme variants out and then they delay books and then it messes shit up.
Too much bullshit. But yeah, anyways, I'm just saying, like, it is
Ghost Spider this week came out with Spider-Man Black. That was 2 months ago. That was the cover theme, and they just released it this week, like 2 months later.
I guess my point with it is this, Pete. If you picked up the book, let's say you pick up a Detective Comics, and Batman's not in the fucking book, you might be disappointed. But if he's in the book, you gotta be
unless it's the run when Kate Kane was leading the title. My point being,
it's and if you read it, you wouldn't care because you hate Batman anyway, so it'd be perfect for you.
Yeah, I don't hate Batman.
No. Here's my point. I know what you're saying. I'm not giving it the crooked good for what it is. Even though I know what you're going to expect out of this book, you still could have given me something like.
Well, I mean, the one decapitation thing was pretty sweet. Like it fits the book. There's a couple parts.
Yeah. But that was kind of a weird
spoiler alert.
Yeah, that was like a weird scene with mine. Like.
Okay, yeah.
I get what they were doing.
No, there's the one daddy thing in here that was creepy-ish. Like,
yeah.
I
don't know. Anyway,
maybe I should give it crooked.
I'm not recommending you go buy.
Let's just say take it before we.
You want Helverine.
Let's say take it before we start really discussing this book and it gets to the leave it section. Just now that I'm thinking about it, there's some
dumb. That's why I put it crooked. That's what I'm saying.
All right, but it's Helverine. It's supposed to be dumb.
I know, but it still could have been done better. Like
all
you
right.
can do dumb shit and still be good.
All right.
Oh, that said, Blood Hunt 4. This is the penultimate issue of Blood Hunt, and I can say they are delivering on this stupid series. I know the whole idea of vampires taking over the whole world in the Marvel universe is a stupid idea. We can all agree on that. It's a dumb idea, but we all went through with symbiotes taking it over with King in Black and all the others.
This is way better.
Happened. So if you lean into the idea, this ain't that bad of ain't that bad of an event.
Not that bad. The art inside's good.
The art inside's good. The storyline, it makes sense. They actually explain what happened. Like, well, we'll just say this without spoiling it. We had Jack on before this series really got going. Yeah. I'll just say he was right. So if you watch the series, you watch the episode back in April when Jack was on and he was guessing what might happen with this event, he was right about the big bad. That's all I'll say.
Here's the thing.
He was right.
Here's the thing with it. They explain it quickly with not too many words. They give you lots of. Well, they brought in Strange Academies in there too. They brought in a lot of people, but it made sense. Like, I mean, not bad writing at all.
How about that shakedown too?
Yeah, it was a lot better than you. I mean, maybe it's like low expectations, and then
we'll just say I'm not to spoil, but Doom is in the issue, and let's just say he plays an interesting role, and he gets to put himself in a nice position by the end of this.
Yeah, I think you get everything you want out of this book,
and it made sense. Like that's what I mean. It made sense for the storyline. Like
this,
you got I'll help you.
The main line on this has been pretty good. It's been pretty good the whole way, and it's continuing to be pretty good. The main storyline has been pretty well.
Even some of the side storylines aren't bad.
Like Union Jack.
I like the Union Jack. I like the Union Jack setup.
Oh, I mean, it's supposed to be stupid, I think so.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Taking it
even the Black Panther minis kind of gets paid off a little bit in this issue. And Spider-Man's completely worth it. We don't need to worry about the Spidey crap. That's
Spidey thing stupid.
The Vengeance of Moon Knight stuff comes into play.
The Muncher, they did all right with the Moon Knight stuff here.
So the Moon Knight stuff, but that's also written by the main writer, Jed McKay. Yeah. So it makes sense that he's sticking with his titles and giving them prominence. But this is a good event.
Yeah.
This is what I want out of a summer event.
I think besides one book so far, I think we're all taking it with all these, right?
Everything except for the DC book, yeah.
Yeah, just the DC book because Amanda Waller just sucks.
There should have been something else they could have given us on that DC end. There was something I wanted to read.
Has Delato been doing all the incentives for all these books?
Yeah, the 1 in 10
and the 1 in
50s.
Yeah.
Or is it 1 in 100s?
1 in 100.
Yeah.
They are the version of the 1 in 10. Okay.
Yeah, they're both the 1 in 10 and the 1 in 100s are both
like
connected.
his old ASM 9s or ASM 9 and 10 style. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, with all the Spider-Verse characters. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not a bad set if you can complete it. I just say get the
1
in
in
10s. It's more affordable, but
and the trade dress isn't that bad.
No, it's not that it's not that obtrusive. Yeah. But I threw this last book in because we didn't get Rook. I had planned on Rook, but like I said, I didn't get my copy of Rook. I don't know if you guys got to it, so I threw this in one last minute because I did.
I think we're gonna have different opinions on this last book.
It's okay. It didn't. Without spoiling things, I'll say a couple of our 12 don't make it out. I mean, that's not really a spoiler. You don't know which ones, but I mean, the story plays out.
I mean, that's kind of how it's supposed to be, right?
It's supposed to be. Yeah, we got to whittle down at some point, right? So they get started right here, and you're like, ooh, are they real? And I don't know if they're really gone or they're not gone. What's going on?
Off the island.
We'll just say genocide. He wrecks some shop, and they progress the story. It makes it kind of real. It doesn't feel like some weird, hey, we're all playing a game. It feels like we're watching a Saw movie now all of a sudden.
But for what it is, I mean, for what it's supposed to be, it's delivering. Once again, I mean, it's like Halverine. It's delivering on what that. Maybe that's why I was so okay with Halverine this week, is because I saw this. And it's like, I get that some people aren't going to like it.
I'm only giving it a crooked only because even though things happened, not a lot happened.
Right.
Like the whole issue is really one scene. That's all. It's like one scene and then we get a little bit at the end. That's all. That's my only complaint is that it didn't progress a lot. That's all.
Yeah, I mean it's probably trying to. I mean,
they're stretching
up. You can't get down to the first.
It's an extended one fight and then a little follow-up scene.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that bad. I have a thumbs up on it. I thought it was good. I thought like, especially after what we had to deal with some of the X books during the Kuroka or whatever. Thumbs up.
But to your point, if this is what you're going to get, you're expecting this is a goddamn, Heir to Apocalypse. We've got a game of death sort of Squid Games like event going on here with a dozen mutants, and one of them is going to be my heir.
Yeah. Like, I mean, if you order a Coca-Cola, you expect Coca-Cola, not tomato juice, right? And they gave you Coca-Cola, so
it is what it is. But with that, that's enough for the comics. Now let's get into our streaming and television shows. I say that because this week I did add a television show that's not on streaming.
Oh.
What?
Well, I told you I was going to add it.
Oh, yeah, I didn't get right to watch that.
No. But first up, the boys, they had their spoiler-free review last night. So the Star Wars guys, go check it out. It's it's right here on the channel. But the Acolyte episode 5 dropped last night. Who wants to go first? I don't know if you got to this one yet or not, Dub.
Oh, I saw this last night.
Do you want? Go ahead. You start us off. Tell me what you thought of this one. Because Mark already did it, so we'll give him a break.
So I will tell you, I watched this with my wife, and that's why I like to get her perspective on some of. I love getting her perspective on this stuff because she's not a lifelong Star Wars fan. She is a fan of like the red lightsaber folk. She is a fan of bad guys, and she gets upset when the dark side doesn't win. Like in general, like whether it's whether it's a Marvel movie, whether it's a Star Wars, she wants the bad guys to win.
Okay.
And so that's my wife's take on a lot of this stuff. And she's watched all these episodes with me. And when the last one ended, she said, this better happen in the next episode. And what she wanted happened, like right off the bat. And she saw some things that she really liked. And it's like one of the characters looks creepy. And it's right up her alley with the creepy horror style look. And so she was all about that.
Like the zipper.
Yeah, like that. Exactly. So she's all about that kind of, she likes Saw. She likes Hannibal. She likes that kind of, that's what she likes. And she was into it. She said it was really good. There was a couple things that she didn't like, and I'm sure that's going to be the same kind of stuff that, the criticisms that we would have, like some of the conversation was a little weak, and little things like that. But she loved it. I'm enjoying the show. Like I watched it all, and then I had her catch up with me, and then so we watched this one together for the first time. Like this was the first one we watched together.
Okay.
And So I'm all in on the show. I've seen a lot of criticisms about the show. I love that we're getting different aspects of the whole Star Wars universe, different points of view. That's what Star Wars is all about. So I have a full thumbs up, and it's just really, really fun to watch.
All right. Marco, do you want to go next or you want me to go?
Yeah, I'll do it really short. The only thing I think is they shouldn't have split up the episodes. They should have kept they should have kept 4 and 5
That would have been
together.
nice.
The moment, yeah, I will agree with that. Yeah, the cut was
a single episode.
Yeah,
I also think there was still in the LCS for you people that go to LCS. I know some of the people just don't leave their houses. I get it, but like for those people that go to LCSs, there's still a lot of lively speculation and conversation on this show. Like in the LCSs, I went to 2 different LCSs today. In both LCSs, not solicited, mind you, me and somebody else were talking about the show or whatever, and they said, "Oh, so you think you're blah blah blah." But while we were listening around, we weren't talking about. We didn't bring it up, and people were saying, "Hey, what do you think this is this?" Which that's what that. I'm not saying that's what makes a good series, but like if people are theory crafting on what's going to happen on the show,
that's what you want.
That's the fun part of this, watching stuff like this.
And that's happening. I mean, no matter what the internet says, that's no matter what Rotten Tomatoes is ranking or whatever somebody's posting or saying.
And that's what I will also kind of jump in on is the idea that, like you said, with people talking about this, at times it does feel telegraphed, and you can guess at some of the twists and turns that might happen in the episode. And yes, I guessed at some as well. But there's still enough there that you're not 100% sure what they're going to do. You can still be surprised, because I was still surprised by the lengths to which they went in this episode and the things that they did. And I'm like,
and some of the visuals that you saw that,
so you can still be surprised and shocked, even if you know what's going to happen. So I'm enjoying this. That's the bottom line is I'm enjoying this. I don't understand the blanket hate for this.
Hold on.
To me, I just don't get it. Like
I guess I'll address this here. First off, I don't know who the apprentice is, so I won't say the apprentice, but I assume that you're assuming the zipper face guy. The zipper face guy, if you know anything about the Force,
he's the master.
He might not be.
I don't know about that.
That's how they're saying in the comic book shops today. There's a lot of theories going on.
I don't know about that, Pete.
Yeah, Pete. There's a lot of theories going on. But I will say, so here's how the Force works. The less there is of people using the type of Force, so less Sith, less using the dark side of the Force. Let's put it this way. Less dark side Force users, the person who uses it is stronger. Less light side Force users, the light side person stronger. So if you have a ton of people using the light side of the Force, they're technically weaker because the Force only exists on
the same pool.
From the same pool.
There you go. And that's why they did a Sith bomb. But I mean, like I said, I said it last night. If the people who want to complain about stuff and bring up why things are, we can talk about it, but I don't think you want to have that conversation with me. Not me.
It just gets to the point that people they too easily follow narratives that I don't want to say just channels and people might push just stories and agendas that they want to push, and that's all about.
Stop pushing agendas. Why all the people that are always saying pushing agendas? Stop pushing agendas, man.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, you're the one making it matter. No, like to me,
it's not even that. It
doesn't matter to me.
It's all about needing to get clicks and attention and getting people to pay attention. It's look at me. Yeah. That's all it is.
That's all it is. Moving along. Take it. Everybody says take it. You know what? BK's bad. You're doing something right.
BK, let's not pretend that the acting in Star Wars is Oscar caliber fucking acting. Have you not seen 9 movies where most of the acting and dialogue has been the most just generic, pulpy, cliched? Because that's what it is. It's based off of pulps. Like, that's what it is. I hate sand. They're like animals. So I slaughtered them like animals. The dialogue is shitty. It has been shitty.
Hey, slow down.
All the way through.
George Lucas took an Oscar-winning actress who's been acting since she was like 12 years old and made her irrelevant.
Well, he didn't technically do it because he didn't write anything for it.
I forgot.
I'm aware of everything that's going on in that room. Oh yeah, creepo.
This is what happens when you let your actors write the lines while they're fucking doing it.
But that's all I'm saying. Like, let's not pretend we're dealing with, this isn't Macbeth. This isn't Hamlet. This is Star Wars. I get it. But even in that, it's just a fun story. Like, can't we just enjoy?
And it's visually pleasing. I'm sorry.
Like,
I like it.
Like
I like everything about it. So I don't give a shit.
Without spoiling things, you get a lightsaber battle in this. And I'll just say there's a lot.
We knew that because it's leading up to a lightsaber battle. Yeah.
So I don't get it. You could critique any of that stuff. If you want to get critical, you can get critical.
I don't think people are critiquing it. You're yelling at the sky like an old man because
I'm pointing out because that's what people go and complain about. It's the same thing as like again. I had an argument with my buddy in the office about like the prior episode of like, what about the witches? Why's it got to be woke? Why did I got to be two ladies? I'm like, what's the difference if they're two ladies?
Right, but we're still going around. We're going around the.
No, but I'm saying they still made the twins out of nothing, like Anakin. So it's not like a new idea they just introduced. They just
what about
magic Jesus
Dom's
baby?
Hold on. What about Dom's favorite? The son, the father, the son, the father, and the daughter. No mother. Just saying, no mother. The Force is the mother now. Like, that's true. Like I'm saying, we could go all day, but why would you waste the energy? Oh shit! Why would you waste the energy and time even discussing this? Like,
that's all I'm saying. Is don't get caught up in all the rhetoric and the nonsense. Just if you enjoy it, you enjoy it, and I get it. Not everything's going to be for everybody, and I can understand somebody just not liking this. I get it. I'm not going to say this is the greatest thing since sliced bread because it's not.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Feel free to give us a.
I'm enjoying
respectful answer. Yeah. Give us a respectful reason why if you want to talk about it. I just don't have conversations with fucking morons, so that's why I don't ever talk to BK. Let's go. What's next?
You want to scale? This is probably overall like the whole series so far.
If Empire's 10,
if Empire's a 10, 6.5.
Yeah.
I think it's fair.
Fair.
To put this in context, Andor would be like an 8.
That was okay.
By the way,
I'm just saying to give you some context.
Yeah,
Boba Fett would be like
closer to 8.
Boba Fett would be like a 3.
I think it's closer to Andor than you think.
Ahsoka.
Well, let's let it finish and see what happens.
Yeah, Ahsoka would also be in that kind of 6.
By the way, people at this point were saying Andor was a 4. You go back and watch; they were dogging the shit out of Andor to
start.
Not some of us, but like right.
Not some of us.
I will admit,
right off the bat.
You got to get through those first 3 episodes. Once you get through the first 3 episodes,
I don't think you had to. I thought they were all
understand. Then you get into it. I'm just saying it takes a while to get settled. That's all for Andor. But once you get through the first
787,
it's there. But that's
787. Yeah, stop listening to the idiot troll. All right, next up.
Has there been any Oscar winners in Star Wars?
That's what he said. No, he's like literally saying like, yeah, no.
But Star Wars has not won any Oscars. Actors,
that's what he's saying.
Oh,
that's what he's saying.
People who have won Oscars who have
been Star Wars, but did she win for Black Swan or just get nominated?
She won. I think
Black
she won.
Swan.
I
think
she won for Black Swan.
Yeah.
So she did win. That's an Oscar winner.
Yeah.
This is not. See, this is why I can't take anything that you say serious.
Wait, didn't Alec Guinness win supporting for something? Bridge over the River Kwai or something maybe?
Yeah, Alec Guinness and then not Cushing.
I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm just trying to think. It doesn't matter. Point being, don't be so overly critical.
Yeah, we get what you're saying.
Enjoy things. Can't we just enjoy things?
I'm actually a product of private schools. All top tier private schools.
All right. Well, are you a product of the final episode of Who Killed the WCW?
Holy hell, bro. Have you been watching this?
I have.
There literally is 2 executives.
I caught up and I started watching.
Holy, how full of shit so they didn't get arrested for collusion at this point and lose everything. I can't believe they even showed up to this thing for the interview. Like, just you say no, you just go like, okay, cut, please, we're done. Or like, you're not doing that. You have it in your contract. They can't ask if there was insider trading going on, because there was 100% insider trading going on. He's just my best friend. I called him up.
Just don't know why the other deal fell through.
Yeah, just out of the blue one day, I called my buddy Stu up to say, "Hey, Stu, how you doing?" I didn't ask him anything about the deal that was about to be finished literally within hours, and that fell through all of a sudden because we could buy it for pennies.
We didn't know what that deal was. It didn't matter to us. We just said, "Hey, we'd be interested."
So what? I mean, you know what I'm saying is like we didn't know that he could sell it for, what was it? It was like $30 million, or you could give it to us for $1.
$67 million.
$67 million, or give it to us for $1 and a half-eaten chicken nugget. I mean, wouldn't you choose the $1 and the half-eaten chicken nugget every day, right?
Oh yeah,
good decision.
It was, as I understood it.
I mean, he's my best friend, best man at my wedding.
Like $67 million. You guys film in Vegas, put out your weekly shows. You figure out how to get advertising money, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah.
And then
BK, so did your mom. Your mom paid for me to be this way also.
All of a sudden, like you said, well, if you guys are selling, we might be interested.
There's no way. And then
it's like, we'll make you a new GM.
He's like, oh, hold on. Well, here, it's because they didn't want it on. Dude, they put shit on TBS after that at TNT that literally had no views at all. It wasn't like they were putting original programming on. They weren't. They didn't put anything on after that. So, like, I mean, yes, the air of first off,
at that time, like, TBS
this is the other bullshit.
All just old movies, like it was just old content.
Could we just stop the bullshit with Stu too? The whole time he's like, "Oh man, I was so into it, I cared." He also put Vince Russo there, who, I mean, you can have your problems with Bischoff, right? You can have your problems with Nash, but let's be real. If it was not for Bischoff, if it was not for Nash, you would not have wrestling the way it is nowadays. You would have never gotten the Attitude Era. You wouldn't have gotten a lot of stuff. And I like Jim Cornette too. Shut the fuck up. I like Flair too. Nobody know who the fuck you are. Like, let's be honest. Flair was a booker. WCW wasn't doing that well, and Flair couldn't sell fucking tickets. Okay? He couldn't. All right? That's just facts. He couldn't do it. All right? Let's be honest, Jim. You were over there as the booker. You couldn't sell the shit either. You might be right on Vince, and it's terrible. But like, I think there was a lot of people there trying to rewrite history to make themselves look good, including you got to give it to Booker T. But Booker T was speaking out of both ends of his ass too.
I will say, out of this whole thing, Booker T was it made sense. Like I think he's just being honest. He's like, look, I don't know what the hell you guys are thinking about, but we're auditioning for jobs here, man.
Oh, he was looking after his dad. Booker T.
Like,
at least unlike Conan, who I don't know what the fuck that guy's been spoken, but he forgot a whole bunch of shit. Like, hey, by the way, Conan, you still would have been wrestling in Mexico in the Luchador League if it wasn't for Bischoff and WCW putting you on. No, you're not Hulk Hogan. Like, no offense, you're just not him. You're not Sting. Right. You're not Ric Flair.
And again, I didn't watch that era, so I don't know shit about him.
Dude,
as a wrestler. Even today. Because there are not any like, hey, you got to watch this Conan match or Conan match.
You would, if it was not for WCW, you're not getting Dean Malenko. You're not getting Benoit. You're not getting Eddie Guerrero. You're not getting any of those. And by the way, the other thing that Conan said is like they all left WCW to go to WWF because they weren't getting the push they need. No, Benoit was fucking one of the Booker's ex-wives. That's what was happening. He was banging the ex. By the way, which was also, I wish they would have got more into that because you got McMichaels getting banged by Stone Cold Steve Austin. You got everybody was banging everybody's old lady over there, or they're banging somebody's old lady, and then they just flee. Stone Cold, Deborah McMichaels. I think people forgot, like Stone Cold putting the wood to her, dude. He was Austin 316 in her. Like, we forgot that. Like, we forgot a bunch of stuff.
Can I get a hell yeah?
Yeah, can I get a hell yeah? But a lot of that stuff, it was not. There's no for everybody who's like, oh,
that's the bottom line.
There's a lot of self-inflicted wounds, and they mainly came from Stu. One, because there's that one guy, I can't remember what his name is, but he goes, he didn't throw anybody under the bus, but he goes, everybody who said they were trying to take care of WCW is full of shit because they threw a ton of debt onto that thing, and they hired Vince Russo. He's like, so they wanted to bury it, and then you got that Stu guy going.
The only one who said that was Bischoff. Like Bischoff's the only one who said that. He's like, yeah,
no.
He know what I'm saying. He's the only one who mentioned that. Like the $65 million, like they just threw all that on us because they were already blaming us for losing money.
If you go back, there's a guy. He's an older guy. I can't remember who he was, but he was like literally Turner put him in charge of wrestling, whatever. I can't remember what his name was.
That dude. That's the dude that Nash was like, this is why we lost. He put it.
No, not that guy. No, there's another old guy there. No, there's a guy. There's a guy that Turner put in charge of sports. He was the sports guy.
Oh,
sports and entertainment. Literally,
okay.
And he goes, and they kept doing the Bishop thing and everything else. If you go back and watch, spoiler alert for this one, he goes, yeah, no. He goes, you know what killed WCW? Executives that didn't want it, exactly what Turner didn't want. They took a ton of debt that wasn't theirs. They threw it on that bitch, and then they went and hired Vince Russo. Pretty much is what he said, and that's what did it. He's like, they didn't want it there, so. Yeah, but dude, they wouldn't have got all that stuff. Wouldn't have got the BK. A lot of stuff you're saying, what Stone Cold, nobody knew him in ECW. He was fucking hardly anything.
He was. He was stunning, Steve Austin.
Yeah, Raven and the Flock got a push there. All those guys from the Radicals or Rascals or where it was Radicals, all the Radical guys, because they started moving that in. They could say what they want about putting that mid card, but think about how many. That was the one thing that was wrong with Conan, right? DDP was actually a mid card that ended up going big. Booker T was a mid card that turned out and got big. So he can't say that. All these guys. There would not be a cruiserweight division if it was not for WCW. Yeah. And actually, a lot of the stuff that they do, and it's like the old like Dynamite Kid type stuff, but there's a lot of stuff that they did that nowadays you see people still doing in wrestling, that if it was not for WCW, you could say whatever you want about ECW. If it was not for WCW, you wouldn't have had it there, man. And you got to give them.
What are we rating this on? Are we rating it because this was the finale? So are we just doing just this episode or the whole thing?
We do both. I give thumbs up to both. I thought the whole thing was great. And by the way, everybody looks like an asshole. Like, but it was funny when Nash takes the fucking thing.
You're
this
kind of
fucking
right,
dude.
When he takes his tablet, there's this fucking guy right here.
Guy.
Oh man, it was anybody more sour about the WWF buying them than fucking.
Yeah, I mean they did. There's a whole bunch of other people who started all over the place.
Like, why do they show up to this shit?
And Guerrero starts up like that too.
So why are they going to show up to this last show? Booker T's like, I was auditioning for a job. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no, but Booker T also said I had like less than a year left on my contract, so I needed something. Where like there were guys there,
because he quoted Flair. He was like, "You don't want to sit on the sidelines because you get forgotten about."
Yeah, Goldberg was like, "I don't give a shit. You know how much they paid me?"
Oh yeah, because Goldberg was like, "You paid me for 3 years to do nothing or."
And all he did was go in and do whatever he did on TV. So he fucking
Booker was like, "All right, I'll take half pay, but my shit's almost up."
Oh, and Nash was getting a double dip, so like he didn't give any fucks. Zero. The one who looked the worst was the Vince Russo when he was like. These guys, like even the guy
some dumb shit, like I was better than 80% of the talent.
He said some of the. Now this is the full review because a lot of stuff happened the episode before. Vince Russo said some of the dumbest shit. He goes, "Oh yeah, it was all a work. Hogan and Bischoff both
they all
leaving, and every single person goes. Even the Nitro girl comes out and goes, nobody knew that shit.
Nobody knew what he was talking about. Like,
Booker T's like, they told me I had to go. I was on my way to do a vignette, and then all of a sudden he says that, and I'm like,
he says, I got a title shot, so I'm going to take it.
He's like, I'm just going to take it, I guess. So he goes, yeah, okay, cool. And then Vince Russo, like just a shitbag, goes, because I wanted to give, African Americans a shot. And it was like, no, there just wasn't anybody there. And he took the belt right away from him later. That's also something they did say. He literally
if anything, it's all thanks to David Arquette, who's like, wait, you never had the belt?
So he's like, well, I gotta give it to somebody. He gives it to him. And then he takes it away and puts it on himself. So he's like, dude, Vince Russo, this is the one thing I think Jim Cornette, Bishop, like everybody who's ever met Vince Russo, except for who the hell is it? Isn't it like Pritchard likes him or something like that? But they all get it right. He's the fucking worst. He is the worst thing to wrestling. I mean, he's the worst. It's him and Dave.
He doesn't care about wrestling. He's like, it's a TV show. Who cares about wrestling?
Right. Well, he does because he put the belt on himself. But dude, we need a clip. Show. We need the clip of him going, and I told Goldberg, and Goldberg goes, if I want to hurt him, I'd hurt him, and puts him. If you actually look what happened in that scene, what ends up happening is, who is it? Is it Booker T? It's somebody. You see him trying to go for the doorway, and they redirect it at the last minute. They push him out of the doorway and push him in. It wasn't Goldberg's fault. He had to spear him wherever it was, and somebody stepped in front of the doorway, so they knew that Vince would get effed up. It was not.
He had a helmet on. What's he complaining about?
Dude, they broke his neck. It was awesome.
He had a helmet on. It's fine. So he got drove into the goddamn bike rack. Don't go out there if you're not ready to take a bump.
Oh, that's not true. Oh, that's a rewriting of history also. He didn't do the Attitude Era. You better go back. Yeah. He takes a lot of credit for a lot of stuff that he didn't do. And the Attitude Era he didn't really, remember this, while the Attitude Era was going off, he was already getting booted out to go to WCW. Remember, Jim Cornette was in on that with, what's his name? Who else was booking? There was 3 bookers during the Attitude Era. Vince was just brought in towards the end. And by the time when they converted over and gave Russo the book, that was the second part where like WCW started to come back. And if they wouldn't, and by the way, first off, if who the hell is the guy? What guy am I thinking of? What's the guy's name? The blonde-haired guy that did the dungeon.
Barry Sullivan.
Sullivan. And if Benoit wasn't banging Sullivan's ex-wife, it would. And that's what everybody. That was the other thing. He was like, "Oh, they all love me." No, dude, they left because they were banging his wife, and then you came over and you couldn't keep them because they were already gone. Like that's all the stuff that he said. BK, this is how you know you are just dumb as a doorknob, because everything that you say and believe is just the stupidest shit ever. And Vince Russo is probably your hero because you thought that he's your baby or he's your daddy, which he's not. But he shouldn't have kids, first off, because he's too stupid to have them. But I will tell you, everything he says, you can just prove is incorrect. Like dude, he said at one point he had the best ratings when he went over to WCW.
Oh yeah.
That was not true. It wasn't even close to true. Actually, the one thing where Hogan, when Bischoff came back, the episode that Bischoff came back to help write did better than when Russo took over, percentage-wise, while they were watching.
So. Yeah. But I still enjoyed the show as a whole.
The Rock is not Russo. There's no way he's taking credit for this shit. There's no way. Did he just say Val Venus?
Yeah. I'm sure Val Venus.
The ravishing Rick Rude ripoff is, I believe that's true. Yeah.
I believe that's true.
Mark Henry, by the way, you better go ask Mark Henry.
We're not moving away from this topic, but I'm moving on to the next show because we got to keep this show rolling.
Yeah. We can't go all wrestling here.
I know you guys probably haven't watched this, but I actually recommend that you do. And I'm giving it away before I even start.
Oh, so we're going back to wrestling after we just said we got to get away from wrestling.
We're going back to wrestling because I've been watching Legends like the last couple of weeks. And AEW fucking Legends it's just been killing it. A couple weeks ago, they did the ECW. It was only an hour, but they did ECW like a kind of retrospective with the whole thing. It was awesome. They followed it up with an awesome Eddie Guerrero episode that had a lot of footage that had never been released before about a documentary they were going to do with Eddie. Because again, I wasn't watching at that time, so I didn't know a lot of this stuff. So I got to watch and see that Latino Heat is from the Birdcage. Like, Legit, Eddie Guerrero stole the idea of Latino heat
from the movie,
from the Birdcage movie, which he's like, my Guatemalanness, my natural heat. He was like, I like that. That's hilarious to me. I even had a replay from my wife.
That's awesome.
It was a great, again, it was great. And then this past episode, it's, Dub's boy, RVD. Again, I don't know a lot of Rob Van Dam, but it was a great episode, and I learned a lot. And seeing things like these guys showing up as fans before they became wrestlers. So like RVD showed himself like with $1 Million Man, like kissing his foot in the ring. Like that was awesome. In the same episode, Kevin Owens is like, look, we missed the first, whatever, I forget what the hell was, ECW takeover, whatever the show was. He's like, but when they did another one, like we had to go. And then they showed Kevin Owens like in the stands with his friends as a kid before he became a wrestler. Like that kind of stuff to me it's interesting.
You mean when ECW was on Raw? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Like when they did like an ECW, they did the first ECW like pay-per-view in the Hammerstein. I think it was the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Yeah.
Wherever they did the first one. Maybe the second one was the Hammerstein Ballroom. But Kevin Owens went to the second one, the second pay-per-view, where ECW did a WWE pay-per-view because
not the one night stand. Is that what you're talking about?
That's right. It was the one night stand, but it was the second one night stand that Kevin Owens went to because they couldn't go. They didn't go to the first one.
Yeah.
So they went to the second one. But still, it is actually a very entertaining show for an hour. I put it on as like a background thing when I'm working from home, but damn, I keep stopping to work to watch this stuff because I'm just like, I'm in like the ECW stuff. Because again, I didn't watch. Even though it was in Philly, I wasn't watching at that time. I can admit that I wasn't a wrestling guy at that time. I wasn't watching. I wish I was. I wish I would have went, but I didn't. But it's seeing all those stories about like the fans taking over and like the things that they did, and like Paul Heyman just talking about like we had no money. We weren't making any money. We were just trying to get money to do the next show. We weren't worried about anything beyond that. Like it's just entertaining, and it's hearing that grind and the love these guys have. It's infectious, and it gets me wanting to watch more of this stuff.
AEW, they've got good stuff. They always do.
All I'm saying, just saying the last 3 weeks of this show on AEW. The ECW one, the Eddie Guerrero one, and the Rob Van Dam one have all been great. And next week, it's Marco's favorite, the Steiner Brothers, or
I love Steiner.
Our next Sunday.
Watch out, Buff Bagwell. Did I say earlier Jim Cornette was there in '97? Is one of the
something like that?
Like the head booker. Yeah, I don't think he knows when Ken Shamrocks came over to WWF or most of the nation.
Go watch this. Go watch this Legends show.
BK, you have the internet at your fingertips. Use it. We know you do it all the time.
We got one more show. We've been spending a lot of time talking about
let's go. We're too much on this. Let's go.
That's fine.
This is supposed to be a shorter show, dude.
I know. We will be wrapped up soon. This is our last show.
Oh, House of Dragon.
House of Dragons.
Thumbs up. Lights out.
Episode 2.
Great. It's absolutely great. This is a pleasure
show is
to watch.
Really good. I know a lot of stuff happened in this show. I feel like it went by relatively quickly.
Too fast.
Even though there were people that I didn't know who they were, and we had to like kind of figure out, oh wait, that's that person, then then there was a scene where like some dude was eating stew and like this in the hut or something. I don't even know who that guy was. That was the blacksmith that was in the episode before saying we need more money, and the king was like,
okay, I'll get you guys, don't worry about it.
Money. Gotcha. Okay.
And then
whose wife had to go find a chicken. That one,
but then the hand.
Oh, later on they did the flashback of the thing. Yeah,
hey! Don't go saying okay to everybody, otherwise.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna have people showing up here every week.
I don't know. I thought it was really good. I love where the story is going. I don't know. Like I said, I got to figure out who's what because there's so many characters and I don't know all of them yet. It's not like Game of Thrones when you're 4 seasons in and you kind of have a good idea who everybody is, but this is still a lot of people, but it's so.
I will admit, I will freely admit because I listened to the audiobook that this is based off of. I kind of know where it's going, but that doesn't mean they're going to adapt it 100% to the letter because something I had read or saw made a good point about like the book that we had that's out there.
Mm.
It's like the book is, if we go back to the end of the first episode, we get the follow-up of it in the beginning of this episode. But the big event at the end of the last episode was much worse in the actual book.
Yeah.
But the way that they had built it is like, when you think about it, like that's a historical retelling, which they might have exaggerated the story. So we're looking at the show as it playing out in real, like this is what really happened. And then the follow-up story that you read about,
well, that one person doesn't talk to,
exaggerates it to the point where, oh, then this happened. Oh, and it was no. And then they exaggerated a bit. So you don't know exactly how it might actually play out. So even though I know,
maybe, I mean, no, because it was a little different too, but yeah.
Well, I mean, apart from the changes of the fact that they are in the show, they are speeding things up, so there's actually less characters and less children than there were in the books because of the time frame. Like they're condensing,
yeah, but also like
30
how they
years
kill
of
the
history
person,
into 20 years of history, and then by doing so, they're cutting out some like characters that are unnecessary.
It's okay; they're doing a great job.
They're fun. They're doing a bang up job. My point is that even though knowing some of the big steps that we're going to get to, I still can't wait to see how they play this out because I'm just loving this.
Yeah.
So good. It's only 8 episodes this season, which is the only thing that they cut a couple episodes.
And I still think I know where we're cutting this season.
Is there a season 3? So there is a season 3 of this.
There will be a season 3.
Are they going to go into who eventually takes over everything? Like, is that going to be? It's only going to be 3 seasons. So are they going to? I don't know.
I don't know how many it's supposed to be.
I think it's going to be 3. I think next season is it. So again, I don't want to spoil things, but I have a good idea where I think we're going to end this season and where we might be for the 3rd season. I mean, we can talk offline about it, but
I'm talking about like the Targaryen that becomes king after this era. Who, by the way, have we seen him yet? I don't. Oh, spoiler alert. We haven't even seen him yet.
Before we get to there's some.
We haven't even seen.
There's a twist that happens before that.
There's a lot of I know, but there's a lot of Targaryen. There's a lot of people we haven't seen yet that they can't just get rid of.
I mean, because they're already setting up like certain face-offs.
Yeah. I mean, the face-off thing's gonna come. Yeah.
Like they're already setting some things up with some characters going to different places that they will have some head-to-head. Like we'll see some stuff play out, but I think I still have a good sense of where I think.
Are we going to get the Dragon Riders? Do you think we're getting the Dragon Riders?
Oh yeah, I think we're going to actually start getting them very soon.
Okay.
We're
already starting to expand on it now, but I think we're going to start seeing a little bit of it. But again, I think the big moment, and I think the moment that is referenced in Game of Thrones when Joffrey is telling Sansa about it, I think we don't get that this season.
What were you saying? Because it's not a spoiler for that. Which part are you saying?
We're not going to get the.
I don't remember what Joffrey
one of our
told
characters in this season. Well, no, yeah.
Oh, one of the major 4 characters.
Yeah, we're not.
It's
kind of hard to want to talk about this without giving things away. But like you said, it wasn't Game of Thrones, and Joffrey does tell Sansa about the demise and the death of one of the characters that we're following right now.
Yeah.
But I don't think we get that this season. I think that's 3rd season business. But I think
towards the end anyways.
Yeah, because that character has an altercation with one of the other main powers in this, and I think that plays out first, and I think that's where we leave this season.
Okay, we'll talk about it later. I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't. All right, cool.
Someone gets
Pete, don't worry about it.
Again, I'm not giving it away. I'm just saying.
We gotta go. It's already it's 2 hours. We're 2 hours into this.
That's where I think we're leaving it off. Of the crippling of a character that you might think is the end. But that said, that's all we got for our streaming. We don't have no movie. I didn't go to the movies this week. I don't think anybody else did. So we're leaving it at streaming and television. And we will go into wait, let me run your thing, and then you can do that.
Come on.
Here you go. Oh, wait, that's the background. You need the intro.
All right, so we didn't actually review this book because I don't know if everybody likes Union Jack, but since you guys
I didn't get it yet. That's
garbage that you may read, we're going into Union Jack, and we're not talking about the original Union Jack. We're talking about Joseph Chapman, the son, which is a Union Jack that we all know. Now, Union Jack's first appearance. This Union Jack, technically, this is Joseph Chapman's first appearance. Is in a sweet-looking Captain America cover. You're welcome, AOA. Captain America Volume 1, number 253. Raws are averaging $5. Got a great like horror type look in the front.
Tomb of blood.
Yes, because of the blood. We'll get into that later. CGC 9/8 going for $121, which I thought was kind of interesting. That was the last 9/8 sold was $121 for a $5 on average Raw book. But sometimes these are a little bit crazy. Next up, we have his actual appearance as Union Jack. So first Joseph, first Union Jack.
Gotcha.
Okay. Captain America 254. Yes, that seems very close. 253, 254. For the people like BK that can't do math, that's the very next issue.
Oh,
53, 54. 1. Yes, there you go. CGCs, however, of 9/8, the last one for this sold for $56. Raw is averaging $5 unless they're Mark Jewelers, which averaged about $22 a copy.
Ooh.
And this got the Baron Blood fight on it. And there you go. He's not only there, but you know how you know this is the first appearance of Union Jack? Ask me how.
How do you know?
Because he's on the cover.
Well,
kind of.
That's the old one.
But he's there. That's
He's
a Union Jack. That's a Union Jack.
The new one does take his tights, and
it doesn't matter. There's a Union Jack on
the
cover.
There is a Union Jack on this cover.
There we go.
I went to go take a leak. Did I miss the issue before this?
Yeah, the one that it's
okay. Okay. So you got the cameo.
Yeah. And the MJ 20 to 5.
Union Jack yet?
Yeah. All right, next up, Baron Blood, because everybody needs that too. If you've been reading the title, but there you go. Which also is a relative vampire version. Sweet cover. CGC 9/6 is going for $189.
Yeah.
Now, here's the other thing, too, though. Look for the 30 cents price variant, I guess. Not the 10 cents, but the 30-cent price variance of this, $45. Just something for you to look out real quickly. If it's not, it's usually $15 to $20, probably a little bit on the $15 side more than $20. But if you can find the price, if you can find the price variant, when everybody's into price variance, $45. So there you go. Good stuff on that. There's also
even the regular used to be more, 15 to 20. This was like 30 to $40 last year.
Good time to buy it. Plus, you know how you know it's his first appearance?
He's on the cover.
Oh.
Not only is he on the cover, but he also says his own name.
Says his own
on the
name.
Cover. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go. That's the first.
You can't read it. It's like I'm Baron Blood.
Yeah, he says Baron Blood. And there you go. All right.
Y'all don't want to mess with Baron Blood.
I mean, I will tell you this. Captain America and Invaders and anything that has a Captain America title, the insides aren't always that great, but their covers are usually pretty solid. So, especially of this era. All right, next up.
That's the first appearance of Baron Blood?
Baron Blood! This Baron Blood, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's not the first, isn't it the first appearance of Union Jack as well?
No. Union Jack is 254.
Okay.
Do we get lost?
Well, that's when he's
Union Jack.
Who's James Fallsworth?
Who's what?
James Fallsworth.
That's the old version of the Union Jack.
Yeah,
see the guy in the background here? See the guy in the background here? That's him. Yeah. And then, but that's also he's also Baron Blood because they got turned into vampires. That's what we said. Vampire. They like vampire bit.
Yeah. He's an old dude, but the older version
was this skinny version there.
He's not current Union Jack.
Yeah, not current Union Jack. That's
so
I
think what Dub's saying is, there was a Union Jack. I think that Union Jack.
That Baron Blood book is the same as James Fallsworth. It's first.
That version of Union Jack.
It's this book. It's also Baron Blood, also Union Jack.
Well, it's him, but yes.
But the other Union Jack.
Yeah, the other.
Yeah, that's old dude.
Not the Union Jack we're talking about.
No.
All right. Speaking of things we're not talking about, but we are now. Captain Britain. For those people that love mags, you got the first appearance of him. I just wanted to do this so we could go into some other ones. We kind of combine the two segments that we've been doing. So we'll look at a couple of these books, especially magazines.
And wanted to talk about the mask. Free mask inside.
There is a mask inside. Raws of this 225.43 to 276. This book always kind of fluctuates. It's kind of an interesting book. 9/8 for CGC, 1320. Wow, tough getting it. 360 though for 9/6. But that is a eBay auction, $36. The Heritage auction, however, that happened around the same time. I think it was within 30 days of each other. 504 for a 9/8. I mean, it's a CGC 9/8. Same grade. However, interesting enough, around the same time,
wait, that was 9/8 or is there 9/6?
9/8 or 9/6. I'm sorry. 9/6.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Sorry, 9/6, not 9/8. My bad. 9/6. So 9/6 eBay. All this happened within 30 days of each other. So all within these 30 days, these three things happened. An eBay auction happened for $360. Okay, a Heritage auction happened for 504. Still 9/6, all CGC, and a fixed price sold for 536. So I guess the lesson here is do not auction on eBay. Either go for Heritage,
well, not for a not hot book. And to be fair, this is not hot at the moment, so
I get it. Yeah. But I mean, that's a big difference when you're looking at it.
Especially a book like this. Have you ever had one of these UK books? These oversized. The paper is thinner than tissue.
Suck. Yeah, they suck.
Paper is literally, you can see through it if you hold it up to the light. You can see through the whole book.
We'll get into that in a little bit, Pete. All right.
Just saying. So
speaking of so this is more true to what the book looks like than the fabricated colors that we've been showing you before. Here's number 2. It's technically, I think, like the first appearance of Marlon's daughter and second appearance of Captain Britain. A great book to grab a lot of times because people don't look for it that much. Now, the average, very fine
Kirby cover, it looks like.
Right? Yeah, for sure. Looks exactly like Kirby color.
It just looks like I see Kirby grunt.
Yeah.
Face, it looks like G.I. Joe grunt.
Anyways, don't pass over this book just because you don't want to buy one. The raws on average for very fine and near mint, which I looked at them. They looked all pretty similar. Go for $25.31 on average. Good luck on the shipping, motherfuckers. But whatever. CGC 9/8. No, I'm just saying because the paper is kind of what it is.
Shipping can be tough, but I don't know why they don't use the eBay global shipping program. Like,
I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about like the thing getting not the same grade you bought it in.
Too, like the cost sometimes. The cost sometimes for overseas can be crazy, depending on how the
you're seeing more and more of this shit showing up over here, though, Pete. CGC 9/8 go for $227. CGC 9/6s. That's why we put there because the VFN and M, and it gave you a price on a bunch of them. 9/6 is $131, and then CGC 8/5s $45. Don't worry, we'll get into some of the grading and some of this and give you some examples really quickly.
I think I'd be down for that 8/5.
Yeah,
$45. Super bad. It's going to cost you $30 to grade it.
No, not at all. All right, here we go.
Larry Lieber did that cover. Not
who?
Kirby. Larry Lieber.
Oh, really? Really?
No, it looks like Kirby, but yeah.
It looks
Larry
like
Lieber's
Kirby.
credited. Larry Lieber's credited.
It's Kirby-esque.
Huh. All right. Interesting. Does he have any famous relatives?
I don't know.
I think he might have a brother named Stan.
Yeah, he might have his brother named Stan. Stanley. Stan Lee, get it?
Yeah, Lieber.
Okay, bad joke. Well, I mean, he does, but all right. For those, I guess that's just a really bad joke, but he does have a brother. All right, here we go.
I hope our people know what his name was.
His younger brother.
The Stan Lee was not actually named Stan Lee.
Stan Lee, yeah. Okay. All right. Captain Britain number. I don't think people do, and I don't want to explain.
Well, that's what I'm trying to help them out.
Yeah.
Remember, we got newer viewers. They might not know.
Stanley
Lieber.
Yeah, Stanley Lieber. All right. Captain Britain number 8. This is not the first Psylocke. This is the first appearance of Betsy, who becomes that, and that's because she is his brother. Yeah.
No.
Right. No.
His sister.
She's his sister. Yeah. Right. You know what I'm saying. So here we go. CGC 9/8 of this book still banging. 1,000
stuff with his stick.
Yeah.
Every cover he's
supposed to be the bang. Yeah. CGC 9/8 is $1,040. Last CGC 7/5 $280. I put the 9/0 here because I want to see here when we're going to look at this book here. I want you to remember these two prices: 7.5 at $280 and 9.0 at $433. Okay, here we go. Let's go take a little look. So here is the one that they said is it was sold for $171.10.
This is the 7.0 or better.
7.0 or better. Okay, let's take a little look at this. As you can tell, very thin paper, right? I did some closes up. I kind of did some color like exaggeration for this. Now, you might see what looks like color loss, but it isn't, as a matter of fact, on this book. Not exactly color loss. Actually, I decided to mark off something in my book here so I could remember.
You're trying to talk about color loss.
Hmm?
Here, hold on. No, hold on. Let me take the brand off of here. That's covering a part of the book. There we go.
Oh, it would be on the yellow here. So this is more of ink distortion. Okay. It's a little bit of ink distortion.
The little black smudge, or
yeah, no, kind of. It's kind of not black. Yes, that's probably how I should have done the arrows. I have my arrow on it, but it's kind of what I'm showing.
On the A in Captain, there's
no. On the yellow parts on the side of the panels.
I was talking about in the A.
Yeah,
okay.
No, not on the A. That is a smudge. But that would be what we would pretty much call ink distortion, which you could still get a 9.2 to 9.8.
So you're talking about in the yellow next to like the
but you see it at the front underneath featuring. You see it like it goes throughout the book. Is this color distortion?
Oh, the dark bit there. Okay.
So but it's not just there. It's like throughout the book. Yeah, a little bit. So color distortion really doesn't affect a book that much in its grading. So we could throw all that out. Now we do see a little bit of a smudge on the A of Captain America. But when you get color distortion, they'll give you a little bit of ink, like kind of a little bit. If you look at the color breaking ticks, very tiny at the top here. This is actually a very clean book. Once again, color distortion on the left side. That's not staining. That's color distortion.
Tiny little tick of sorts.
Where's that?
Above the Nick Fury.
Well, there's actually one. If you start going above G
and the F,
one above G, one H, one F, there is a little bit of color rub going from the 4 all the way to the N in Nick, where you see color breaking, and then a little tiny color break on you. But once again,
it's not bad.
No, very tiny. I mean, you're not even getting 1/10 of a point for this type of stuff. You're getting a mark for later. But you do see a little bit of color distortion underneath the knee point too. I kind of gave you a bigger thing here. You're seeing like that little color distortion there. So there you go. If you do look at the sides here, a little bit more down the edge, color distortion. If you see the color break that I pointed out at the bottom of the page under Bractor Building, kind of a little bigger. If you look on the right side, here's where we get some of our ticking, as you could say, or color breaking. There's a lot of it there. There's one part on the black that you see break through, smaller ones up top. There's one underneath his foot. I couldn't do it, but that's where you see most of it there, okay? So pretty clean so far, above 7. Now let's look at the back side of this thing. You think, but actually this is, to be honest with you, this is a pretty decently clean backside for this type of book. You do see some rounding and bolting of the sides. The staples actually.
I'm just looking at your spotlight there on the spine.
So that's because there's a little tear up there. But if you look at that, you get a little bit of off rub coloring. Okay. But the nails are pretty secure.
You got to watch out. Some people with some pink erasers might get a little carried away and trying to clean this shit up.
You try to clean that up, it's going to tear the page.
Right.
And by the way, you can tell. I mean, it's
fucking
it tears the shit out of it. But so, like, if we're saying for condition of this book in this air, this is a topper tier back. This is actually a really clean back for this. So if you see a back that looks like this, this is pretty good. This is a pretty good back. Look at the person's eyes. Look at how the attachment's there. Yes, you're going to get this ink rub on the back because that's just how it is. You do see a little bit of tan staining.
Again, think about it. This book was stacked on top of the dark front cover, so this back was rubbing on the issue below it.
My point being, if
Billy Putty.
So, here's a tear, though. You got a little tear there that we might have missed. That's going to count. That's going to count a little bit here, too. A little bit push. But everything else looked clean on that back page. So the question is here, would you as a... what did I do here? What did I do here? Twice I hit the wrong button. Okay.
There you go.
So they were ranked as a 7-0. I put or better. I would like to ask the chat what they think it is. Because I'll be honest with you. I think if you bought this at the 171, we're looking closer towards the 8.5.
I'm thinking like an 8.85.
Yeah. I'm thinking this book's an 8.5, 8.5. Yep. 8.85. So just so you know, that's kind of what you're looking at with some of these.
Agree with me.
Yeah, you're right. I should have waited. I should have asked you guys first. I'm sorry about that, but yeah,
I feel like I got a positive mark from the teacher. Like,
no, you did very good. Yeah. That's where that's going to sit. So whoever bought that book did a good job. All right, next up, Captain Britannia El Breton, however you want to say it, number 9, first appearance of Jamie.
I still like the Union Jack outfit better than the Lion.
Really? I think the Lion's kind of cool.
The Lion's kind of cool, but
I think if he would have had if he would have had a Union Jack mask, I like the Union Jack mask. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no, fair enough.
So Jamie Jr. Is in this one. CGC 96. Wow, look at that cover. Just beautiful. CGC 96 408. Now remember, 9.8s in this book are going to be tough. You're not getting a lot that are graded and sold anyways. There's not going to be a ton of census. Maybe like 60, 70 of this on the census where you're getting hundreds of 9 and everything else. Okay, what's that?
I see the 408. What's the 34?
We'll show you in a minute.
Okay.
All right. Raw, high average, 32.50. I'm like, mid average, and high grades. We're saying in magazines, high grade, we're going above an 8.5 above, all the way up to 9.8. We're saying mid levels would be then 8.0, between 8.0 and probably a 5.5, and then lower levels $7 would be underneath that. Okay, that's what the averages are looking there. Okay, here we go. Now, this is a lesson on how to sell books. Tell me which book sold for $34 and which one sold for $408.
Wow. The one on the right sold for more money.
Yes.
The one on the left sold for $34.
And I will tell you that this is not an anomaly because I was going to show you 2 other books. Now, they were just pretty much almost the same thing. Take your books out of the bag. Make sure you're doing a better picture because this wasn't an anomaly. The one on the left sold for one. There was one that looked similar to the one on the left, sold for $112 around the same time, a little bit clearer. And there was one that was a little bit clearer on the right side, sold for $395. So that's
it's all about
$100, guys.
It's all about staging. You want to stage it like you're selling a house.
And it wasn't like there's any better picture. I mean, there's the same amount of pictures. They did actually the book, the 9.6. This one right here on the right side, the one that sold for $408, they actually didn't take an up close of the white pages and everything else like they did. They did do it on the one on the left. They took a very close up close so you could read the whole label on everything. On Bell at the front and back. But I will tell you, it even looks like there's a tear on the front and that's not what that is. That's whatever.
It's just a bad quality pic.
They just did a terrible picture. The next one was just as bad too. I mean, just stop, take it out of a plastic or bag or whatever shit.
It looks like they turned up the brightness after they took the picture or something like that.
Yeah, and they kind of washed it out. It looks blurry. And
also, you know what you can always go do, and this is the best money you could probably ever buy. If you have you should change. I'm not gonna tell you when to change your pillowcases, but if at one point you have a darker pillowcase, just keep that pillowcase. Okay. If not, go down to your local J&M Fabrics or Michael's. It's confusing, but just get out there and ask them for, a 6x6, a 6x10 square of black, anything, whatever's on clearance.
You need bigger than 6x10.
Whatever it is, you'll know what it is. They'll flap it over twice. You just get it.
Go at least 9x12 or 9x14.
They got these things. Right? They got these board things that got a bunch of fabric and shit on it. Just find the darkest one you can. Have them flip it over twice. Have them cut you. Cost you $3 or whatever it is because it's on clearance. You take that and you take it up there. Then you fold it over to make it look decent. Put it behind. Always take a good picture of that.
Dark pillowcase, like you said, is probably the best. Just go to Target and buy a goddamn navy blue fucking pillowcase for $7 or something.
9.6 sold for more.
Point being, and if you're worried about glare or your reflection when you're using your phone camera, you can take the picture from further away where there's and angle it so you don't have glare. And then cameras are so great, you can edit the picture afterwards to just size it, and it'll take your reflection out and all the dead space that you might need to add into the picture.
But I will tell you, lighting makes a difference.
Indirect light.
Lighting makes the man. Okay, now one of the I like this cover.
Dang,
it's not her first appearance. It's Betsy's first cover appearance where she's about to hack up. Is that
got a big ass axe? That's like a He-Man axe.
Mm-hmm. Number 10 in the run. Just a couple books in the run. We're not going to go through the whole run. Just a couple books in the run. These are ones that typically get graded a little bit more than some of the other in the first, 20. So we showed you a couple there. 8. We showed you 8. We showed you 9 and 10. We showed you 1 and 2. Okay. So those are probably the 5 books you might want to look in this run in the first 15 or so. This one here.
Ludo, I think you're a little behind, but tell us who you think killed WCW then. If we're not.
No, that's what he's saying. It's the guy. Yeah, it's the guy. Yeah.
Is that what you think? He's saying it's the guy you think it is?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Captain Britain, number 10, CGC 9.4. Average auction going for $84.33. Average fixed price, once again, this was just phenomenally crazy. Now, it was only a sample size because I only used the most recent sample sizes of the last year. It's like only 3 or 4 books here. Let's be real. I mean, there's only like 62 on the census anyways, in these overall in every grade. But 9.4 had one where we could take a polling of at least 3 to 4 books in each. Even amount number, I can't remember if it was 3, 4, or 6, but it was somewhere in there of auction. The same exact number of average fixed prices.
Not a ton of people are grading that.
Yeah, and this is what you're getting. You're getting average auction for $84.33 and average fixed for $353.50. Do not send shit to auction, especially this stuff. Rare raws are going for $42.31 on average. Listed too as like either near mint or better, or very fine near mint or very fine plus. So, and those on average are going for $42.31. Once again, shit, you could just buy the damn thing for auction for $84.94 and then just resell it for $300. I don't know. Anyways, those are a couple books that you might want to look at and look for in there if you're seeing these. It just so happened I passed on this not too long
ago. Either of these two, the dude you're talking about, that Ludo's talking about? Not to bring us back to WCW.
Brad Siegel. Yeah.
Oh, it's Siegel. I couldn't remember the dude's name.
Yeah.
Also, Ludo, I hope you subbed up to my toy channel as a toy hunter. Just saying. Links below.
Both of those two guys were some of them, but I think Stu had a lot to do with it too. But he's just kind of winking and nodding. Brad Siegel definitely had something to do with it. Once again, I hope you guys like this. I kind of just wanted to go with 5 books this time. It was supposed to be a shorter show. We are 2 hours and 32 minutes into it, but I believe that's all I have.
We'll still be done before midnight if we wrap up.
Very good. So we could be done before midnight, unless I should open up a pack of cards.
No, you're gonna piss off Wayseeker. Save that for
All right, I got like a whole case. Bro.
It doesn't matter. You can do it as extra content if you want. Just record it.
I might do that. Yeah, I might do some shorts to open up a couple of packs here, a couple of packs there. Get it going.
Can I set you to Benny Hill music if you do? With a that'd be kind of fun. I could speed up the video.
Yeah, I might just shoot it directly through YouTube though, so I don't have to download a video. I'm exhausted.
No smoke. I'm just trying to build a brand new channel because I like talking toys too. But every time I try to do toys on this channel, most of the people don't want it because they want comics. Like the bulk of this audience is comics. So make a separate audience.
Yeah, we're going to reformat the Star Wars show too here. So, I mean, I don't know. Anyways, all right. Well, that's good. Got some good stuff there. Yeah, that was a pretty good Benny Hill.
I used to love Benny Hill.
I think he was talking about the segment that he did. I think he was talking about the review of the books and the grading and stuff. That's what.
Maybe. I still think he's just impressed by my musical rendition.
By your musical renditions, yeah. The musical styling.
They do.
Yeah, a lot of people don't think so. We're here.
Ludo, that's where I started. I was a toy guy. That's all I did was toys, and then comics came after.
I got all types of bullshit toys, comics.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's all thanks to this guy right here. Oh, Godzilla. Once I got Godzilla back, I'm like, God damn it, I miss talking about toys.
He needs a channel.
Well, like, you know what? I'm making a whole other channel. I don't care. It's gonna take me forever to build it up.
See, he did like the music.
I'm gonna do it. Oh, I'm sorry, I was wrong.
All right. So I think that's it. Hey, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. He's looking rough, bro. That sucks. He looks so rough.
We all get older. It happens. We all don't get to look like Benny Hill, but we all get older. I don't know if it's a good thing or not, to be fair. He always looked like a bus driver. Was this the hat that he wore? I don't know. I always assume Benny Hill was like a...
Okay, let's go this week. We'll stay longer and chat next week.
Yeah. All right. We are here right at about midnight. So thanks for hanging out and checking everything out. I will probably not have a dollar bin digging tomorrow because I've been getting a toy channel all set up this week. So I haven't had a lot of time to do other things. Not to mention, there wasn't a lot of good news stories this week as far as things that tied into dollar bin. Again, if you guys were part of our chat, it would have been all goddamn Superman set photos, which give us like nothing really to talk about. So we'll see. Maybe next week I'll give you a dollar bin digging, but we will have the Hot 10 on Friday. We will have the Qualified also on Friday, SNS on Saturday, Tales from the Dark Side on Sunday, and then come Monday, I'll do another Wednesday watch list, and then we'll get back to more of the comic content. But in the meantime, also go check out Toy Informer down below because, well, if you like toys, I'm going to start talking about toys over there. And I'm going to do some whatever content that I can think of. And anything that you want, let me know because it's all fluid. It's all fluid. And just a reminder, we will be at Baltimore. We will have a table. We will be giving a lot of things away because at least that's my plan. I don't know about everybody else, but I plan on giving some stuff away.
I plan on not being at the table at all.
Yeah, Marco probably won't be there. I'll have to go find Marco in the con somewhere, but at the table, I will try to have some help there with maybe Sticks and Bruce. I think Dom might be coming down. We'll see. We'll see who all is coming, but we will have some of the boys from the channel down.
Check out that last comment, Marco.
What's that? What do you got?
The Rock was thinks he'll... Yeah.
And with that, we should wrap it up.
Yeah. Not Russo.
Well, I was gonna go through them all, but nobody wants to hear all the wrestling. Ken Shamrock wasn't either, and
no, we're not getting to that. I don't want to talk.
Nobody wants to hear it.
All right. Anyway, we'll see you all later. Take it easy.
Thanks for hanging out.